Did you know about like this stuff in advance?
Know about what stuff?
That JSTLK was fucking Chaeiry or something?
I mean, yeah, I really like had something going on, but I tried to tell them to leave me out of it and not tell me any details and not involve me and not make me hear any arguments, not make me see anything that I would like have to deal with. So I know very little.
Kuihman is okay with JSTLK taking advantage of a vulnerable woman with BPD, a mentally ill woman. What is happening?
I just want to know, there's zero speculation here. Erudite wrote most of that first Destiny video. She was actually sat
Destiny.
there.
There he goes again. What do I have to do with any of this? He said that you were working with President Sunday and Kilo and wrote WillyMac's video for him.
So people are more likely to believe the positive things you say if you work in the base level
Cope!
they want to hear.
Cope, Kuihman!
Were you upset about any of my other logs?
Well, I mean, I would like you to admit that it is a bit weird to say sex pest. That is like a very specific word, right?
Okay,
You're saying sex pest as though I'm actually doing something.
People were just coming through my logs in DGG looking for me being upset at sex workers, and that was one that they found, was me calling you a sex pest in chat like months ago.
I didn't know that, no.
It wasn't that long ago.
Okay, weeks ago. Which I'm defending because I said it, and I will defend it and say exactly why I said it, but it's not like I came on here to be like, this wasn't the manifesto drop, so don't worry about it.
The reason why I notified Tom was because at the very end of the stream, that it gets said, you know, that
and then
Tom
it cuts off, and
then it cuts off and ends, and I'm like, oh fuck! And so I messaged Tom. I'm like, you might want to take a look at the tail end of this VOD and then hop into Destiny's room when you get a chance. And so I'm here basically kind of like listening in just in case there was anything that was missed that I could relay to him in case he needs to like defend his reputation or something on his stream, you know. So why do you hate sex workers?
Why does he think
I
that?
don't. He thinks that because he got crushed in a debate on why, like, the girlfriend experience shit is bad.
People that run OnlyFans alone do not do that.
How many of them sell
I don't care
DMs?
about this. You have a good one. We're gonna talk to Wick later. When it comes to relationships and people's relationships, like, okay, so I obviously saw a clip of you talking about Destiny and Melina the other day. I don't understand
bitches
where
took me
you're
so out
coming
of
from
context.
for a lot of this shit.
People were saying that I was comparing Steven to like Andrew Tate, the sex trafficker, which by the way I agree. I believe he like allegedly sex trafficked women, but I didn't compare Steven.
Oh, the guy on Twitter, the JDMX or whatever.
I don't know. Somebody tagged me. I don't know. Is that the guy who tagged me or whatever?
It's like a cartoon character on Twitter. Yeah, he accused me of being a sex pest literally like hours
Oh my god,
later.
so
It's
annoying.
freaking weird, dude.
It's like a zero view Twitter guy who just like tags me and stuff,
Yes.
and I ignore everybody. I'm sorry, no offense.
Yeah, I got sent. Well, I didn't get sent a clip. I got told that you were talking shit and just like kind of said I was waffling on what I said in Destiny stream. I don't feel like I waffled at all. I feel like I was pretty concrete in what I said.
You said that you said what you said. You don't really have evidence of it. And then you asked
I laid
me
out my evidence.
your evidence wasn't evidence. You said that I flirt with women on stream. And that's not the same thing as a sex pest. If you think that's evidence,
I think the primary evidence was
retarded.
that you consistently like message and approach women who have just been like.
But I don't though.
In
We went
huge
over
fights
that.
with Destiny.
That's not true. We went over that, and that's just not
disagree.
true. But you can't disagree. You're lying. You're making that up. You can't disagree.
So
You're
the
just
first
lying.
example I gave you was when you joined after Kelly and him had that huge blow up.
Yes.
Right.
But I wasn't talking to Kelly. I was talking to Xena.
Again, the general accusation, I do think it's somewhat about Destiny, but it's mostly like you just feel like if you're around enough crazy women for long enough, like through osmosis, we'll get sex somehow. That's like
This is actually insane, dude. Yeah, you're just. Are you actually like you're fucking with me, dude? You're not this retarded. You're fucking with me. This is a troll. Are you actually this retarded? Like, do you, like, seriously, 100%, you're not going to turn around and say that, like, aha, I got him. Like, he thought I was being serious, right?
I mean, I'm having fun, but I do genuinely think that you believe that.
That I believe that you're trolling?
No, that if you have enough of these women on, eventually you'll get sex.
Yeah, so you're making that shit up.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty clear the whole time. I made sure there were logs of me saying, like, I don't think he's a danger to women. It's mostly memes. I don't want to be responsible for this guy's reputation being harmed. Said all of this. I'd have to go talk to somebody who had old spicy chat logged.
And then also pulled up like Lav on
Can I just,
stream,
yeah,
trying
I was
to
gonna
get
say,
her
can we
to
just,
accuse me
I did
of
do the
things
Lav thing,
and-
100%.
okay, just to be clear.
And then also pulled up like Lav on
Can I just,
stream,
yeah,
trying
I was
to
gonna
get
say,
her
can we
to
just,
accuse me
I
of
did do the
things
Lav thing,
and-
100%.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, Chaeiry, I've known her for a while. She's had a lot of like suicide threats and things like that over time, and she does have BPD. She does have her ups and downs, and she's had a rough go of it here and there. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. I don't know. She blocked me more recently, and I don't know why, but I assume it has to do with JSTLK now. Looking back at the time, I had no fucking idea why she blocked me. I thought it was just really random. But yeah, now I can look at it and be like, oh, that's why she blocked me. So, yeah, she does have BPD, and she does constantly say that like people just kind of use her for her mental illness to get content out of it, to make stream exciting when she blows up about shit, and then they'll just kind of throw her away afterwards. And it's interesting. So she posted this yesterday, 11 hours ago. Her or I guess this morning, you know, her early morning rants. She said, I have been mind-fucked and toyed with, and threatened and violated, and humiliated and abandoned and publicly crazy made, that I can't believe it took me this long to break. She says this long to break as though this is the first time that she's broken. Tomfoolery Show, be honest, how happy are you that this shit came out? I mean, it literally makes no difference to me. I think that anybody who didn't already know this shit is fucking blind. I think that if this surprises you at all, you are retarded. You are one of the dumbest people on the planet. And I just can't really bring myself to give a fuck about what you think about me or anybody else. If it took this for you to change your mind on anything, like I could not give a fuck. A little while later, it's 11 hours ago, 10 hours ago, she says, JSTLK said he'd delete everything if I told people he wanted to be with me. But after being on a call with me for 16 hours and not giving me a single reason to live and telling me he will never love me and never wanted to be with me, I think he's love bombing and abandoning me until I break. And she posts a screenshot. It's kind of an odd screenshot to post with this caption. Like, it feels like there could have been so many other fucking screenshots to go with this caption, but it is still juicy. What does he delete everything mean? It means that he would lie and say that they were never together. That if she ever tried to say that they were together, he would delete all evidence and call her crazy and say that she's a liar. That's what that means. Anyway, so yeah, she posted this screenshot. She said, and dying is the only way out of this. So she's like giving like suicide threats again. And he says, I love you. I love you. Just come back and we'll make it work. Book another flight and come back. I need you here. We need to make whatever work. I love you. Please come back. Hello. Can you see my previous text or not? She said, nothing will go through after I block you. I'm not killing myself now. I will not be stupid enough to tell you when I do it again. I'm blocking you again now. Yeah, he's saying that, like, yes, if she ever told people, he will gaslight her and lie and say this never happened, which is just, that's just JSTLK. That is pure JSTLK. And then 10 hours ago, she said, I will never not be the person used, violated, and spit out by this space for others' amusement. The people I trusted and told all of my problems and fears to actually just tortured me out of my will to live while they crazy made me and went on like nothing. Yeah, I guess I forgot this one. So this one's from 11 hours ago. It says, my life is humiliating and worthless. The person I've been in love with and spent every day with for the past year was divorcing my husband and ruining my life to be with. Just took my last reason to live. My existence is literally just for others to enjoy fucking me, and I'm done. So yeah, it sounds like they might have even been together for a year now. I don't know. That's because like even when she says like spent every day for a year, like they were hanging out a lot more than just within the last year. It's been like 2 years. Since they first started hanging out a lot. Like when him and I first got into our beef like a while ago, she was hanging out every day on stream with him back then. And it's funny because a while ago, she's had like blow-ups with him numerous times again. She's a little schizo. But he told her that he was going to be her Dr. K. And she said, she posted this on Twitter and said, I think he's saying that he's going to make me kill myself. Like when he said this, I think he was saying that he was going to make me kill myself. And I remember thinking at the time, even if that's not what he meant, like obviously that's not what he meant, is that he's going to make him kill herself. That is a really manipulative thing to say to somebody. That is an insanely manipulative thing to say to somebody, is that like you're going to be their Dr. K. You're going to love them for 2 years. You're going to try to help rehabilitate them. Because Dr. K to Byron was his... he was his therapist, and then Byron ended up killing himself. So Dr. K to Byron kills himself. Dr. K afterwards. So she was saying that he was going to drive him to kill himself, or kill herself, and it was just one of the most like fucking disgusting and manipulative things I could imagine a guy saying to somebody, and then to find out that they were actually in a fucking relationship. Is wild, bro. Like, that is insane, dude. That is insane. But yeah, she also said, Destiny sent me a video of Abby MC giving him a blowjob. I told Abby, gave that info with DMs from Destiny and a video to the police. She never told me she received anything of me. Neither Pixie nor her told me anything, then or now. I'm not a person to any of these people. So she's saying that nobody else ever came to her or like said, hey, Destiny sent me stuff of you, like you can use this for evidence that he was sending it around, you can tell people, you can do this, you can do that. That none of them ever came to her and told her this. Yet she believes that they did get it and that they're just not willing to tell her or help her. And then she says, last time I wanted to die, I gave Kuihman all of the stuff and evidence about what Destiny did to me. I heard from the detective a couple of weeks ago. There is a case, regardless of what happens, there will be a police report, and Kuihman can do whatever after that. I wonder when she says the detective, I wonder if she means Kuihman. Maybe she's saying Kuihman's the detective that she's been talking to about this. If this was anyone else, she'd be mocking them and laughing on JSTLKs about it. Yeah, it's actually interesting because I remember there was a while where she would tell people all the time, "You're not made for streaming. Get off the internet. You're not made for the internet. You need to go. You're not mentally stable for this. Disappear. Like, you're too terminally online. You're too crazy. You can't handle the internet. Like, go away." And I remember I used to always say, the anybody who has to take mental breaks from the internet is not made for this. That includes Chaeiry. Chaeiry is one of the people that I've had to see, or I've seen take so many mental breaks. I think I have seen her say on Twitter or on her streams or whatever, more than anybody, that she has to take mental breaks. This is not a good space for her. This is not a place for her. I've always said, ever since, and I wondered if this is why she blocked me, but I had said, when she said she came out with her police report, I said, I don't require her to show evidence. Like, she doesn't have to prove anything to me or anybody else. Like, I don't require this. But I will say I don't know that she filed a police report until I see the evidence. Like, I do require that. I do require evidence in order to believe it. And I haven't seen any evidence from her, so I have no reason to believe that this happened until I see anything showing that this happened. And so yeah. But there is like, for you guys who don't know, yeah, like JSTLK, he used to, when I first met him, he was just some fucking nobody that like popped onto Destiny stream one day. And apparently Zonia messaged me, and I was out like for my birthday with my friends and family and doing shit, and Zonia messaged me and she's like, hey, you need to hop into Destiny's VC like right now. And I was like, I'm busy, like I can't do it right now. And she's like, all right, just whenever you get a chance, check the end of Destiny's stream and then hop on. And I was like, okay. And so when I got in my car and started driving home, I pulled up the end of Destiny's stream, and there was some random named JSTLK who was sitting there arguing with Kelly Jean, and it seemed like it was the first time he ever met Kelly Jean. And Kelly was like, why were you in the Discord calling Tomfoolery a sex pest? I never met Kelly Jean at this point, didn't know her, didn't know anything about her. And even she was like, what the fuck is this about? And so he's like, yeah, sure. And Destiny's like, okay, I'm not part of this. And he just left the VC. So Zonia's like, this is like bad, dude. Like, he just called you a sex pest, and then Destiny left to where there was no way for like, there was no clarity, there was no closure. Like, he's just making an accusation on Destiny's stream now, where thousands of people hear this, and then that's it. They just hear that Tomfoolery's a fucking sex pest, and then he's gone. So I was like, all right. So I hopped on. This guy's argument for why I was a sex pest is that because I bring people on my stream like Brittany Simon, Lav, and Chaeiry, that I am going and bringing on mentally ill women that I can easily manipulate and abuse, and that these are women who are vulnerable, and that I'm trying to get with them by going and trying to be there for them when they're vulnerable. Which is kind of wild, because the majority of those conversations was like, one, me arguing with these women about this shit. Two, I knew all of them, the majority of the women that he mentioned, I knew them before they ever talked to Destiny. But he kept saying that I was going and talking to these women because Destiny talked to them, when I knew most of them before Destiny did. His whole thing was that I was going and trying to get with these women just because they're mentally ill, and just trying to be around them, and really like taking away agency from somebody like, you know, Chaeiry and shit like that. Like, after a couple of days, I was talking to somebody like, I was talking to Brittany Simon, and she was talking about the fact that this like cartoon character guy kept like posting videos and shit of her, and I was like, yeah, that guy, like, he keeps like calling me a sex pest and shit, and he's really weird. I don't know who he is, but he just like keeps like making up shit about me, and he's just kind of waffling on his own claims, but doesn't back off of them. And then he came back to defend those claims, to be like, no, I am not waffling. I know what I'm talking about. I am right. You are a sex pest. Here's why. And dude, like a month or two later, said like, no. I was joking the whole time. I was very clear about this. Everybody could tell that I was just kidding. But yeah, like he posted shit like this that says, I will literally never fuck somebody from his community in a million years. Book it and cancel me if I ever fail to live up to this. And apparently for the last year, been dating Chaeiry. So, I mean, according to the DMs, they've been like traveling back and forth to see each other and shit. He's saying, come back. He says, just come back and we'll make it work. Book another flight and come back. I need you here. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, Israel. I love you. I love Israel. So where he's like saying that like people dating her, that she's like mentally ill, like acting like she doesn't have the capacity to make her own decisions because she's a fucking crazy bitch who has BPD and can't make, doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. It sounds like while she's going through breakups, like with her husband, with Destiny, he actually did swoop in. He actually did swoop in while somebody was fucking vulnerable. He actually did swoop in.
I told you, I don't think you sexually harass these women. I don't think that's what happens. I think you're a rebounder.
That's not sexual harassment.
If you're there enough,
what I just said was not sexual harassment.
You'll get a rebound eventually. You will catch a basketball. That's my contention.
Okay. That I'm just there. Just being there is my game plan.
Yeah.
So he's saying by me having all these women on that go through Destiny's that are on Destiny streams, just by me being around them, my whole game is to catch them on rebounds. Yet that is what he's been doing. That is literally what he's been fucking doing.
Being there is my game plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically with like mentally ill women who have been broken down repeatedly. What was the other one? Oh, you also have like this platform that you bring them on. Kind of like in my head, like I feel like very much whatever Mr. Girl wrote about Destiny probably applies significantly more to you. Not that it actually applies to you. Wouldn't say you're like actually targeting these women and trying to have sex with them, like in a way we could prosecute you for it in some way. It's like at worst an ethical violation.
It's an ethical violation, dude. It's an ethical violation, bro. It's an ethical violation. Every accusation is a confession. Bro, dude, this guy, it is fucking wild, bro, that it played out like this, dude. The fucking guy just, like, made up this whole narrative about me. Just pulled it out of his fucking ass, bro. Just pulls out this whole fucking narrative about me and is just sitting around writing fan fiction about my life and the girls that I'm talking to. And he goes and does the actual fucking thing. He goes and actually does the thing, dude. And then this is JSTLK. He literally sent videos of people he was fucking to others without their consent. There was no romantic relationship between Chaeiry and I before June of this year. I am not going to comment further on it, but she can say whatever she wants. I prefer to keep my dating/personal life. He prefers to keep it. He prefers to keep it. Public, private, who knows? He prefers to keep it, though, one way or the other. It's something he's going to keep. Well, that is an unfortunate screenshot. Oh, that's an unfortunate screenshot. Well, shit.
What I just said was not sexual harassment.
You'll get a rebound eventually. You will catch a basketball. That's my contention.
Oh, shit.
That I'm just there. Just being there is my game plan.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. Specifically with like mentally ill women who have been broken down repeatedly. What was the other one?
Oh, shit.
Oh, you also have like this platform that you bring them on. Kind of like in my head.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Head, like I feel like very much whatever Mr. Girl wrote about Destiny probably applies significantly more to you. Not that it actually applies to you. Wouldn't say you're like actually targeting these women and trying to have sex with them, like in a way we could prosecute you for it in some way. It's like at worst an ethical violation.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I don't think you sexually harass these women.
Base? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm obviously calling in to do a little Pisco style vindication segment of how badly Dew Stalker is a sex pest.
Crazy, dude.
What a fucking loser, dude! Take the L, you fucking loser! I can't believe he basically e-raped Chaeiry, the mentally ill Chaeiry. That is so, like, manipulative. It's horrible. Okay, apparently people can only hear me.
No, they hear both of us. They're just lying.
Okay.
They're a bunch of weaselly little liars. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, she doesn't, she's mentally ill. Obviously, she's in a time of need. She's vulnerable. She's just had a big blow up with Destiny, her husband, and he just kind of swoops in right there in her DMs all of a sudden when she's in a time of need. It's very, very odd, isn't it?
And then, you know what's really sad? I don't know what's worse is like doing the thing that you're accusing everyone else of doing, like the every accusation is a confession thing, like he's actually the real sex pest. But then when it comes out, he lies and says, we didn't actually get romantic until like a month ago. Like, what? Just be a fucking man and tell everyone it's been a minute. Like, why do you have to lie about the fact that it was only in June that you started getting romantic? Like, you know, fucking like across video calls, if that's what you're doing, still fucking counts, Jew stalker. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Like,
I guess
how badly do you need to
didn't meet in
abuse this
person.
woman? Deny that you had a romantic relationship, so you're just gonna keep abusing her in public by denying that you even gave a fuck about her until a month ago?
Crazy.
What? Dude! Holy. This is just like I already knew all this. I already knew he's a piece of shit, scumfuck, lying, like, cunt. But knowing, I'm just so glad this came out. This is just, like, hilarious. He can't say it. Not that I ever took him seriously before. I think anyone who watches Jew Stalker and actually thinks he's not a manipulative, like, lying piece of shit is kind of a fucking retard. Like, there's a reason why he has these specific orbiters and he hangs out with, like, Kuihman and shit. But, yeah, this is just too funny. Too funny. I wish he would show his fucking face and not be such a coward. But obviously we know why now.
Fucking hilarious.
It was always going to come out that he's a sex pest. Yep.
Fucking hilarious, dude.
Yep. It's funny.
Can't imagine.
So I just wanted to come on and say.
And there's not really anything that he can, like, really say. Like, what is he, like, if he comes out, like, what can he even say? Like, his response is making it sound like he's taking the high road, like, oh, I'm not going to talk about this. She can say what she would like, but I'm just going to leave it alone. What are you going to say?
Yeah, dude.
You got nothing to say, bro. There's nothing you can say. Don't play like you're taking the fucking high road here. There's no other fucking road for you to take. You can't say anything.
Well, it's that or double down and be a full-on fucking psychopath and just, like, call her a lying scum fuck. But she probably isn't lying.
That's
right?
what he said that he was going to do, though.
Can say.
Right, but he can't, because she called him out for saying that that's what he was going to do. When she said, he says, if I ever tell anybody about our relationship, he said he's going to delete all of our DMs. Like, he's going to go try to lie and tell everybody that they didn't have a relationship, and he's going to delete all of his DMs so that she has no evidence. And so she came out with the fucking DMs first so that he can't go and delete everything.
Mm-hmm. God, he's gross. This is so funny. I'm just glad everyone's seeing a little taste of. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't have seen it before, but, like, this is just great. This is too good. I like this drama.
But it's just it's amazing
I think
that,
this
like,
drama should continue.
For people to understand, like, he literally was saying that I was, like, bad for talking to people like Chaeiry. Like, Chaeiry was, like, a specific name that was brought up as somebody who is mentally ill, and that, like, this is, like, somebody that I'm wrong for. He says that, like, this is an ethical problem that I am, like, engaging with these women in their time of need. He literally says this.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
like,
and
just
he was
totally
being
taking away her
slimy.
agency.
He was memeing on that. Like, he memed it into, like, some form of like trying to convince everyone, and he memed and memed and memed. So I'm just glad that now we can just meme the fuck on him. Like, I'm not saying you're a sex pest, Jew stalker. I'm not saying you're a I'm not saying you did sexually harass Chaeiry, but I mean, she did sound vulnerable. She did,
Based on his
she
definition,
did seem like
based on his definition, he is a sex pest. Based on his definition, he is
Yeah, I
most
know.
definitely a sex pest of the highest order.
Yep.
Because at least,
Oh no, he's probably a sex criminal.
well, because
Actually,
he's saying that
probably a
I'm
sex
slipping into
criminal.
these women's DMs, and that like, but I'm like having a conversation with them like once a month, maybe twice a month, like here and there. Whereas he is having people like Kelly Jean on over and over and over and over and over and over and over. People like Chaeiry on over and over and over and over and over and over and over. People like Anavoir, people like Lav, people like the same group of women over and 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 over every fucking day.
Have you seen his Discord server?
No.
Have you seen his fucking Discord server? It's just full of Destiny, like people that Destiny have fucked as well, who are crying about Destiny. It's like, it literally is just the like, oh, we don't like the outcome of like being friends with Destiny, so now we're here to just cry and like make up lies and spread rumors and gossip in like the most fucking childish way ever. Ugh, it's so gross. They're just reaping what I love seeing a bad guy just reap what he sowed. That's what I like. I love seeing that shit.
Yep.
It makes me happy. Lock him up. That's what I say. I say lock him up. He's a sex fucking criminal. Lock the guy up. And yeah, fuck Chaeiry too. Chaeiry's a fucking cunt. Like, all she ever does is talk shit on everyone else, and then she not only talks shit on everyone else, she brags about being that kind of bitch to talk shit on everyone else because she doesn't give a fuck about anyone else's feelings. I'm so hard, I'm so hard, I'm so black, I'm so hard. Like, this is all she ever does. And then she goes and has like these fucking meltdowns because she's too retarded to like get herself out of retarded situations that she keeps putting herself in over and over and over again. Like, bitch, nobody gives a fuck about you. You're right about being worthless. This is
true.
me. This is what I think. You are worthless, Chaeiry. Fuck you.
It is true that like people with BPD are going to have issues with people sticking around. And like they're always gonna have issues with people being around, and it's a very like multifaceted problem because people with BPD are fucking unbearable. But not only are they unbearable, but they're paranoid all the time because they think that everybody's going to leave them and cause everybody to leave them on top of that. So they're already more likely to just end up with the worst fucking people because the worst fucking people are the ones who are willing to put up with the shit to get something out of it. So it is just a cyclical issue that is kind of rough.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks to suck, really. That's all I have to say about that.
But yeah, I mean, JSTLK is one of the biggest pieces of shit that has ever existed. And I understand that, like, she feels like he's had her back in a number of areas, and so that can feel, like, very vindicating. But that, I suppose if they have a relationship, that makes a lot of sense why he turned on Destiny the way that he did. But the fact that she was ever willing to be friends with him in the first place, when, yes, like how much of a piece of shit he was before that, all of the people that he lied about, all of the people that he just made shit up about, all the times that he was willing to just completely maliciously fuck with people, it was, there's no way that like I would ever look at somebody like that and be like, oh yeah, that's a trustworthy person.
Yeah, I can't wait to like get in a fucking relationship with that person. Whoopee! I have really high self-worth. I'm gonna choose that fucking retard. Like, come on. Like, she just needs to log off, go get a life, like stop dating people and do some work on herself. I don't know. I have like very little sympathy for Chaeiry. Also, I've seen her like threaten suicide so many times. Like, I just keep seeing her complete meltdowns, and it's sad. Like, it's fucking tragic that it gets to that point. But
seems like a common thing with BPD
I've also
as
seen
well.
Chaeiry. Yeah. But I've also seen Chaeiry slander like you, slander me, slander people in Discord servers all over the place, talk shit on everybody, like she's some like hard bitch. And I'm sorry, like that you at some point you just don't give a fuck about people who behave like that. Yeah, like I said, this is like so great, reaping what they sowed. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that like, oh, rise above it. Like, why don't we just see that she's mentally ill? Get fucked. She's not. She's not mentally ill enough to be like to always have an excuse to being a cunt all the time. So yeah, no one's that mentally ill, I'm afraid. I don't even put up with that level of attitude from a pregnant woman, and that's like something that you should have sympathy for, like Candace Owen being pregnant and lying about that conversation.
Yeah, this is all strange. I don't understand why streamers feel it necessary to mess with, like, I don't know, orbiters, what's the word? Like, but just people that they work with or have a sort of like professional relationship with.
Yeah.
This shit rarely ever ends well, ever. And it's, you know, especially women with BPD. That's
BPD.
That's extra, yeah, that's extra dangerous. Extra dangerous. Yeah. So thanks for straightening that out for me, because I just it seemed like it was confusing, because they were like, oh, JSTLK was calling Destiny, or so I saw the clip of Destiny saying like, oh, did you hear about the JSTLK rape machine? And then Destiny was like, oh yeah, that's kind of crazy, seeing that he spent the better half of the last year basically calling me, or saying that if you fuck with a BPD girl, you're basically a rapist.
Yep.
Now, is that so there's a clip of him saying that?
Yep. He said that. He said that to fucking yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, there is.
Go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead.
Oh well, I mean, he said that about like Destiny and stuff, but like that, you know, he had Mr. Girl on his show, and Mr. Girl and them would sit around and talk about how this is like what Destiny does. He basically preys upon vulnerable, mentally ill women, and that like it's sick, and he gets into these relationships with them. So like this is what he does. He sits on a stream and he implies heavily, if not explicitly says, like that basically what Destiny has been doing is like raping young or mentally ill vulnerable people. So there's that, which is, you know, now he's apparently with a BPD chick, so good luck coming out of that one. But he also implied it with Tom, saying that like the fact like Tom sits around and waits for all these like mentally ill women so he can like harass them essentially, and then walked back saying harass, but then asserted it again, and then walked back and asserted it.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't
says
just
this
imply
all over the place.
Yeah, he didn't just imply it. He straight up said
projection.
it. But the one time that he straight up said it and used Chaeiry as the example was not on a stream, and the only person that had that recording was Zonia. And so yeah, that was the first time that him and I had the conversation in Destiny's VC with him, me, Kelly Jean, Zonia, and I forget there's like a mod for Destiny, or maybe he's not a mod, but a guy who has like an odd voice that's always kind of like whispery and monotone, but he always talks about economics. I can't remember his name, but anyways, there was the five. No. But anyways, so the five of us were in there, and that's when he kept saying that that like Chaeiry was mentally ill, that like me talking to her and having her on is evidence that I'm like being abusive, and that I'm trying to take advantage of women in vulnerable states, and that like when it's right after they just had some like big blow up with Destiny, that's like me like trying to use their vulnerable state to my own advantage. And then he's literally like getting them right in a fucking vulnerable state right after the shit with Destiny. If he's correct in either one, regardless of which one of them is correct, it's either like right as they're breaking up with Destiny, right as she's breaking up with Destiny, the first time, like where she does the whole
meme, the 15-2 meme.
Yeah, 15-2 meme, I think is and then or it's, you know, right after the whole recording thing came out, like there's whichever one it is, it's I don't think it was the 15-2 meme. I think there was another thing after. But anyways, the point is that yeah, she, regardless of which one, there was he was there right after. And so yeah, it was a little,
that's why you don't ever want to sit here as a streamer like on your high horse, sitting here like, you know, like, so what he was doing with you was straight up projection, talking about, oh, Tom, objectifies women and he's a sex pest and da 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 da. You've never flown
Every
anybody out.
accusation is a confession.
Well, the same
That's what
with
it
like
seems
him
like.
talking about how weird it was that I had like women up on my stream, on like YouTube videos, and then I would sit with like e-girls sitting in the background sometimes. He did the same thing. He literally, like, we found like weeks before he said all that shit, he was sitting on stream with the same exact fucking thing with like, and then every time he pulled up his YouTube, all of his shorts and all of his like content suggested was all just like girls
Yeah, no, he knows better. He knows better than to fuck around with Chaeiry, and he knows what you doing. There was nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
He knows that wasn't like you sitting here like being a sex pest. What the fuck? Like,
well, he said
just
afterwards
the
that he
craziest-
said the whole time that he made it clear the whole time that it was just a joke. But he literally, the first time he came on, he was kind of flip-flopping on it and like going back and forth. Then the second time he came on, he came on because I said, I don't think this guy is actually serious about this. I think it's all just kind of memes for him. He's just kind of flip-flopping on it and waffling. So like, I don't think I think he's just kind of fucking around. And he came on to like let me know that he is being serious, that he is not joking. And there's a point during it where I actually ask him, you're not going to like come back later and like pretend that like this is all a joke or something, or this is all a meme or anything. And he's like, I mean, I'm having fun, but no, I do believe everything I'm saying. I'm like, okay. And then, yep, lo and behold, here he is a little while later getting grilled by NotSoErudite about it. And he's sitting there like, oh no, it was obviously a joke. Everybody knew it was a joke the whole time. I'm like, bro, didn't you literally have Lav on and like grill her, trying to get her to call me a sex pest? Like, and
this is all around the same time.
Yes.
When he had Lav on.
This is well, I don't know. What do you mean?
Because every time I hear him every time I hear him retell the story, it's like he says, "Oh, Tom says I came on and harassed him about being a sex pest, but I didn't even start streaming yet. Like I was just a Destiny kind of like."
The first time that I met him,
Uh-huh.
when we were in Destiny's VC, I thought that we were all alone. I thought it was just us talking, and then eventually he says, "Well, I gotta go soon. They're all gonna get mad if I don't show the debate." And I was like, wait, who? And then everybody started talking again, and I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, who? Who's gonna get mad? He's like, chat. They want me to show the presidential debate. And I was like, wait, what chat? Whose chat? He's like, oh, my chat. I am live. I was like, wait, what the fuck? He's like, oh, sorry. I told everybody else. He's like, I told everybody else when Destiny ended stream, but you weren't here yet, so I forgot to tell you. And I was like, no, I don't care that you're streaming this conversation. I don't give a fuck. I'm recording it, so I don't care. I wanted to go live. I'm late to go live, and I should have gone live a while ago. So then I went live. He was streaming in that first conversation when we first met the first time. So he was definitely already streaming.
Yeah, and yeah,
he was already streaming Philly, because I already exposed this on my Twitter a long time ago that no one reads my Twitter, but I released DMs showing and stuff showing that like Kuihman literally admitted that he JSTLK basically started immediately and then started trying to slander Tom as a way to build an audience, as a way to get in, and Kuihman helped him destroy Tom's career as a way to get him popular. That was like the plan, was to take over the night spot that
he said
Tom
that on
has,
stream
like
before.
the same time spot. Yeah, so
I sent a clip to both
already
of y'all.
admitted.
Yeah.
But so it was all at the same time. It was right when he started streaming.
If he's ever
is when
denying that he was
started
streaming at the
getting-
time and that it was just, no, he was streaming. It was because he was streaming that he was trying to like take my audience and everything. And every time like he would like do something, he would afterwards say, I'm taking Tom's audience. Tom's audience is here now. And every time you would go look, and it was like people that hadn't been watching me in forever, or people who were or there was like one or two people who were there. Like he had even said for a while, like he would name Mantis as one of the people who stopped watching me and watched him instead. he would name like Freddie and a bunch of people. Like, yeah, they're here now, and they don't watch him anymore. And it was it was always kind of just like one or two people, and it was people who did still watch me at the same time. So yeah, he was always it was obvious that was always like his whole motivation.
He's connecting from fucking Pakistan after the bombing.
Oh,
like it's probably more recent.
JSTLK's top sweepers in the building, folks. In the building.
Kuihman wants to. I'm letting Kuihman in.
Alex Gekmo's teeth chattering.
I like Kuihman. I'm the only guy in the fucking RC city who says he likes
Chattering teeth.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yo, what's
I
up,
just woke up. I saw you guys were talking about my friend being a rapist.
Kuihman, did you know about this?
Kuihman verifies it. Wait, Kuihman's saying that JSTLK's a rapist. What? And he immediately leaves.
Did he actually?
He drops the
leave?
bombshell that
He's
JSTLK is a
Oh, no,
rapist and then dips out. What?
He's here.
No, he's here. He's still here.
Is my shit fucked up?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, what did you ask me?
Did you know about like this stuff in advance?
Know about what stuff?
That JSTLK was like fucking Chaeiry or something?
I mean, yeah, I knew they were like, had something going on, but I tried to tell them to leave me out of it and not tell me any details and not involve me and not make me hear any arguments, not make me see anything that I would like have to deal with. So I know very little.
How much have you seen right now? You said you just woke up. Have you seen like any of the Twitter shit?
I saw all the tweets before I slept, so.
Because right now, I guess what I kind of started to space around was I saw Chaeiry's statements, and right now, like the comment, like my community is fucking like tweets right now being like, oh, he said that if you fucking date a BPD girl, you're a rapist, and like they're just like all
he never
spamming
said that, did he?
And I
Literally
really
never
don't,
said that.
that doesn't sound like something he said. I'd like to see that clip because like
What was probably said is I could imagine he's probably argued that Anna probably couldn't consent in the situation she was in with Destiny, but that's because she had OCD episodes that specifically fixated on her reputation online, where she would do basically anything to stop the reputation online getting worse. And Destiny was actively having conversations with her where he said, oh yeah, maybe one day we'll fix your reputation, but for now let me keep rubbing your legs and feet. So this guy's actually holding it over her head the entire time.
Yeah.
So I can imagine him arguing that. I can't imagine JSTLK arguing, if a woman's got BPD, you're raping her if you have sex with her.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something you would have said. What I thought maybe could have been said at some point was like maybe he could have like said something to the degree of like Destiny was targeting mentally ill women, and like at that point, like if that's like your type that you're going after, maybe that's like rapey or some shit. But like going after one girl with BPD, I really doubt that that's JSTLK's standard for calling someone a rapist. Also, but the Anna stuff would be weird because as far as I know, people like Willy and Nick agree that like Destiny was fucking fucked up in that.
Well, no, Willy doesn't actually agree with any of that because Willy wants to sleep for it. Willy sucks off. Willy wants to support Destiny. That's the ultimate truth.
Wait, wasn't like a big part of the his first Pixie video? Like, wasn't
do you
Anna,
think
like,
Willy believes? Like,
Yes, well, this is such a dumb thing to say, dude. His first video was obviously going in on Destiny and calling him out for all the fucked up shit that he did. He didn't have to make a video on it at all. He didn't have to make a video on it at all. He didn't have to touch on it. He didn't have to talk about it. He didn't have to engage with it. He could have made a video on anything, but his whole first video was about like all the fucked up shit that Destiny did, talking about the fact that Destiny won't admit that he did this, talking about the fact that like there's already proof, everybody knows that he did it, he's coping, he refuses to be honest about it. Like his whole first video was just calling Destiny out. And then even in his second video, it was not pro-Destiny by any means. But it was anti-Kuihman and JSTLK to an extent because they're just a bunch of dumb fucks. Like they're just fucking stupid. So yeah, it was definitely calling them out for being dumb. And because they looked dumb, then they ran around and said that it was a pro-Destiny video just because they looked stupid in it. So there's WillyMac commenting right below this. I don't know how Kuihman can lose a 1v5 debate against me and then repeat the same wrong points in this conversation as if that didn't happen. Guy is just retarded, lol.
Do you think Willy actually like seriously believes like a single thing he says in a video?
Well, I mean, that's all I know him from, so I can't.
Because I don't. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I don't think he gives a fuck about any of it.
I think.
Wait, yeah, I don't think he gives a fuck about any of it. Whether or not he cares, I don't. He's just like kind of stating facts and going over like what happened and what does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything? But whether or not he cares, whether or not he cares about it.
The guy is like, as far as I can tell, like total grifter scum. The guy is like, I mean, he spent the whole first video on Destiny.
Wow,
was like basically co-written by NotSoErudite. This guy was in DMs talking back and forth to NotSoErudite. She's sitting there encouraging him to go after Sunday, stir Destiny, and you can see.
It was basically co-written by NotSoErudite. What?
Obviously, why? Like she's still hanging around Destiny. She still wants his image good. Willy fell for it. Was a total mark. Played the game exactly the way Erudite wanted him to. Came back for a second video because the first one was so atrocious that he had to sort of work in every criticism that was given of him without acknowledging that he was ever wrong in the first place about anything. Just like the most absolutely shameful way. And he looked fucking stupid for it. To anyone that was HB. Okay, Willy co-written by NotSoErudite. This guy was in DMs, talking back and forth to NotSoErudite. She's sitting there encouraging him to go after Sunday. It's their destiny. And you can see obviously why. Like, she's still hanging around.
Wait, but he already made the first video about Destiny. He already, like, nothing... He didn't backtrack any of his claims from the first video. He didn't say, oh, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. Man, I really fucked up by calling Destiny out on and saying that he lied all those times. Like, he didn't back off any of his claims. He just added to them with a bunch of the other people who were also wrong. And I would say that, yes, like when it came to the things that like President Sunday did, that was just a lot more malicious. The stuff that President Sunday and Beckett were doing, this was just a lot more malicious. And then Beckett and Kuihman and all of these fucks went on the stream with him, and Beckett lied over and over and over about a ton of different things. Like trying to play like it wasn't his fault, I didn't do it.
Around Destiny, she still wants his image good. Willy fell for it, was a total mark. Played the game exactly the way Errolite wanted him to. Came back for a second video because the first one was so atrocious that he had to sort of work in every criticism that was given of him without acknowledging that he was ever wrong in the first place for anything.
MBTI test, please.
Okay, maybe I'll do it on the next stream. I'm my clock is run out, so I'm not gonna be on for much longer. But remind me on the next stream and I'll try to do it.
Just like the most absolutely shameful way. This video on Destiny was almost like basically co-written by NotSoErudite. This guy was in DMs, talking back and forth to NotSoErudite. She's sitting there encouraging him to go after Sunday. It's their destiny. And you can see obviously why. Like, she's still hanging around Destiny.
And where is this coming from? That it was co-written by NotSoErudite. Where is this coming from? Where did he get this information from? That she's telling him to go after Sunday. Are those both the same claim? That because she told him to go after Sunday, it was co-written by NotSoErudite? Or are these two separate claims? She told him to go after President Sunday and helped him co-write it? Like, what is the...
She still wants his image good. Willy fell for it, was a total mark. Played the
fell
game
for
exactly the
it?
way Errolite wanted him to.
He's just making a bunch of random fucking claims, dude. He's not saying anything. This is complete obfuscation of, like, you know, they ask him a question about, like, what he knows about this, and he immediately starts going after WillyMac, and then starts just, like, making a bunch of random claims about WillyMac. That, does he substantiate any of these? Does he just keep rambling nonsensically, or does he actually make sense of any of this?
Came back for a second video because the first one was so atrocious that he had to sort of work in every criticism that was given of him without acknowledging that he was ever wrong in the first place about anything. Just like the most absolutely shameful way. And he looked fucking stupid for it. To anyone that was...
That he was wrong about. Oh my goodness. They're separate videos. They're separate videos. They're just, like, generally about the same topic, just with things, like, revolving around it.
They're paying attention. But yeah, he's still... I 100% believe he's still basically in their pocket.
Wait, hold on. Correction from earlier. The victim that Willy didn't consult, or someone, the party involved that Willy didn't consult, was not Chaeiry, it was Kelly Jean, right?
Yeah. Wait. In the first video that Willy made, you mean?
Yeah, because wasn't one of the dominant criticisms that he missed one of the victims or something?
Is Kelly Jean seen as a victim? I mean, he didn't.
It was about Chaeiry.
Or sorry.
It was about Chaeiry. It was about Chaeiry.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Chaeiry. Yeah.
Well,
okay,
I think Kelly Jean had a problem that he didn't reach out to her, because I think he read out something Destiny said and then never, like, looked into it.
Yeah, I mean, as WillyMac said, I believe, I could be wrong, but I from what I remember, I could have sworn he said the same thing that I said, was that we just don't have, like, any information on that. Like, it is just an accusation right now, and that's it. And we just don't have anything else to back it up. And that's that. Like, he said he didn't have as many people to talk to about the Chaeiry thing, that he didn't have as many people to interview about it. And on top of that, yeah, it was, at the time, it was just an accusation. We didn't really have anything else, so.
Wait, bring Spawndal back in.
It was because Destiny accused Kelly of sharing revenge porn or running a revenge porn server or something, and Willy just repeated it without looking into it.
Alex, bring Spawndal back in.
It's going to be a cancer fest.
Oh my, you're sweeping for Spawndal.
I mean, all right, go ahead. I wanted to actually hear the real takes, but I guess you're sweeping. All right, welcome back, Spawndal.
So the first thing, Kuihman's talking about WillyMac, like, being on Destiny's side, being a grifter. At that point, why would he make so many videos, and why the hell would he interview Anna?
What other choices do you have?
Not making any videos at all. There's a ton of commentary topics he doesn't cover at all. He could've just made that one video and been done with it.
So after 7 videos on Hassan, he's gonna just never make a Destiny video when there's an insane drama that's been going on for several months?
Yeah, like he does with dozens of other dramas. I mean, that's not a crazy thing. He doesn't cover a lot of shit.
Yeah, at no point did I think, oh, he has to go after Destiny now because he made videos on Hassan. Like, who thinks like this? Who thinks like this?
Okay, you recognize that dozens of other dramas do not have the same position in relationship to Hassan as Destiny does, right? If you're making 10 videos on Hassan and then Destiny gets exposed as a giga rapist, you look like literally the most compromised, worthless sack of shit ever if you don't mention that.
But I don't think that's necessarily a point there, because what you're saying is that he has to make these videos on Destiny. If he made one done shitting on him, which that first video did shit on him, then that's enough to like.
Whoa. No, okay, so the first video did point out some things Destiny did wrong. It didn't shit on him at all. That's totally untrue.
I totally shit on him. Are you saying that pointing out that he spread revenge porn is not shitting on him?
So let me finish. It did point out some of the core facts about the Pixie case, but then it spent several moments saying, oh, here's how Destiny can be redeemed. You know, I understand Destiny's bad, but think about it. You know, Vosh is like a pedophile. Hassan refuses to debate people, and Destiny's really the best thing we've got. And then it spent 20 minutes at the end going after President Sunday for mostly kind of worthless shit.
President Sunday was in the wrong because he leaked that story without the girl's permission. Do you not see how
comparatively worthless, and he spent 20 minutes on it for the pure fact, for the pure reason.
You wouldn't say that a person that's involved in the story who fucked it up in the first place shouldn't be mentioned in a video talking about it?
I'm telling you for a fact, the reason that President Sunday section is there is because WillyMac contacted Erudite and had Erudite tell him 90% of the story. She guided him through making that video. She was working with Sunday and Kilo. Jesus Christ, I'm joking. Sorry,
I don't see what the point is here with that. So you're saying, okay,
let's say there's a drama forwards trying to create a PR piece for Destiny, fundamentally. That's what Erudite wanted. And Willy
Did he say she was working with Sunday and Kilo? What did he just say?
Section is there is because WillyMac contacted Erudite and had Erudite tell him 90% of the story. She guided him through making that video. She was working with Sunday and Kilo. Jesus Christ, I'm joking. Sorry.
She was working with Sunday and Kilo. She was working with Sunday and Kilo. NotSoErudite was working with Sunday and Kilo. Kyla.
I don't see what the point is here with that. So you're saying, okay, let's say there's a drama
forwards trying to create a PR piece for Destiny, fundamentally. That's what Erudite wanted. And Willy let her do it, basically.
Do you actually think that these videos are crappy? Okay, like one of the things.
What the fuck?
Like 5 seconds of the video.
What the fuck? Like, where is he getting any of this from? Where is he getting any of this shit from? He's just, he's just saying stuff. Yeah, like, did he think it was a private conversation? Like, what the fuck? Destiny derangement syndrome, bro, Kuihman. This is one of the things that I will never understand about these people is. And this is why, like, yeah, when people are like, bro, why aren't you going harder on JSTLK, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not willing to be that much of, like, a hater, dude. Like, I don't care about other people that much. I don't give a fuck about these people enough to like, spend an insane amount of time on them or make up shit about them or... Like, yeah, it's just the haterade shit. Like, it just, I don't understand it. I've never understood it. And, but that is, like, Kuihman's whole thing is he gets these boners for people. And I don't know. I just kind of gets obsessive about the shit. I don't get it.
He shows Destiny time I want to kill you and Just Dog. Do you think that makes Destiny look
good? That's the second video.
Yeah, I said one of the videos.
Yeah, and then he says it's fine and based, actually, in the video.
It's still, I mean, that doesn't make Destiny look good. I don't see how any of this stuff you're saying that it's like puppets, but they don't make it look good.
He says it's fine and based.
I don't see what the point is here with that. So you're saying, okay, let's say there's a drama
forwards trying to create a PR piece for Destiny, fundamentally. That's what Erudite wanted. And Willy...
Who is this talking? Who's the other person talking?
Let her do it, basically.
Do you actually think that these...
Who is this? Spawn-diddled? Okay.
Okay, like one of the things, I think it's in the first like 5 seconds of the video, it always shows Destiny time I want to kill you and Just Dog. Do you think that makes Destiny look good?
That's the second video.
Yeah, I said one of the videos.
Yeah, and then he says it's fine and based, actually, in the video.
It's still, I mean, that doesn't make Destiny look good. I don't see how any of this stuff you're saying that it's like puppets, but they don't make them look good. And I think stating the facts of the drama and then pointing out where people screwed up, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing to do.
Okay, no one cares that he said he wants to kill someone. Literally 0 people care about this.
It doesn't make him look good, though. I don't see what the point is.
What the fuck? Why are we not talking about the fact that he knew that JSTLK was dating a woman with BPD? That Kuihman is okay with JSTLK taking advantage of a vulnerable woman with BPD, a mentally ill woman. What is happening? Why are we talking about WillyMac?
Oh wow, what a compelling point. Wow, well, he included this core fact that happened. It doesn't make him look good. So I mean,
okay, so including the facts of what happened, how is that him taking a position that's on Destiny's side?
Well, the whole position is on Destiny's side. Anytime where he's forced to give his opinion,
does he need to say every other sentence, "Ooh, that's bad. Ooh, that's bad," for it to be enough for you? He's stating what happened.
Anytime he's forced to give, so anytime he's forced to give a position, it is positive towards Destiny. He's constantly talking about the way to redemption, all the things Destiny has that are better than other people. He's absolutely always on this guy's dick.
I've seen him do that in other videos too, though. Like he'll always try to do that. Where he's like, "Well, you can do this." Yeah, he's done it. I've seen him do it in dark videos.
So name one positive thing he said about Hassan. What's one positive thing he said about Hassan?
I think there was one of those early videos where he was saying how like when it's just focused on the reaction shit, how Hassan could stop doing it and he'd be fine.
No, if
Wow.
you look at a video that
Wow.
Willy made on
Wow,
Hassan,
Spandau,
okay,
wow.
I don't have the example on
the
hand.
evidence, okay, the clips might make Hassan look bad, but then also Willy's commentary is really going to hit that home, and there seems to be none of that energy for Destiny.
You don't think that
the last
I
third
think
of the video that he released initially was talking about Beckett and Sunday.
Well, I can actually.
And then the middle
Dickers.
third, as Kuihman says, is talking about how Vosh is a zoophile. Hassan is constantly lying and won't discuss anybody. Comparing Destiny's like character to the rest of the Twitch community.
Yeah, he literally is sucking this guy. You are like retarded if you like that.
Hold on, can I speak? Jesus Christ, Dickers. So one, you got.
Hold on, wait, Spawn will speak.
So okay, for example, one of the points that Destiny made when he like gave his little response to WillyMac was about it wasn't even Chaeiry. It was about Lavloon and Kelly Jean and how Destiny pointed out how they're crazy. And WillyMac's point was that it's basically irrelevant because you surround yourself with these kind of people. Do you think that that's not a criticism of him?
Okay, what point do you think you made?
Is that not a
point by
criticism?
just saying, oh, he has made a criticism? Like,
so anytime he makes a criticism, that doesn't count. But then when he just states what happened, that's also not enough.
I'm not saying that Destiny is incompetent or imprudent for having surrounded himself with this kind of.
You're saying that it's his
I'm saying
fault when you
Destiny
say
is
that.
retarded or has made a mistake. That's
Yeah,
not talking about
if you're saying
anything
something's
like
his fault, that's
correlating
you
to
pointing
common
out that he's
sense.
made a mistake there. Is this
okay,
a crazy
Spandau,
game?
who is saying that WillyMac says Destiny is absolutely perfect? There's never done anything wrong. No one
No,
is
what
saying
you're saying
WillyMac
is that what you just said before was that WillyMac's videos just state the facts of what happened and they don't have any hard-hitting criticism of Destiny. And then when I point out a criticism of Destiny, you're like, well, that's only one criticism. You're just completely nullifying the point.
No, I didn't say that they have zero hard-hitting criticisms of Destiny. I said that he's absolutely compromised on Destiny.
I'm pretty sure that you literally said that it doesn't have any hard-hitting criticism of Destiny, and all it is stating the facts. Is that not what you just said? I swear you just said that. Alex, did he just say that?
Or say what?
No, I'm pretty
You
sure.
said earlier that the videos have no hard-hitting criticism of Destiny, and then I point out when he's like, why didn't you say it has
You can either keep rambling off about something you think I said, or you can let me finish what I'm saying.
That's literally
what
what
I
you said
believe
earlier.
was said was that there's certain energy that negative energy he'll have for Hassan, but he doesn't necessarily have that for Destiny. I think that's what Dickers.
Yeah.
But that's not what Kuihman said. Kuihman said there was no hard-hitting criticisms.
Okay, yeah. So I was trying to answer. So I never said there were no hard-hitting criticisms. There were no criticisms. Never said that. But I absolutely did say he is fully compromised on Destiny. His goal is to help Destiny. It's
Help
not
Destiny
to
by shit,
accurately
that makes
report.
sense. Yeah.
Where are
No,
you
no,
getting
no.
that from?
You're not absolutely. How retarded can you be?
If he wanted to help Destiny, then he'd make a video in his defense. I don't see what the point you're making here.
Hey, autistic.
Yes, there's got to be something you use to make this claim. There's got to be something you use to make this fucking claim. Like, you got to have some evidence somewhere at some point, like some sort of reasoning, anything, not just, oh, well, I'm really butt mad about the fact that he didn't make the hit piece in the way that I wanted him to make it, but like something real, not the, oh, but he didn't include me bullshit.
Exactly. Sex Pest. Stop talking for one moment. Let me explain this to you. Do you think it's possible to make a video that helps someone, but also does have some negative things said about them in it?
If the intention of the video, literally in the title, and pointing out all the bad things they did and shitting on them, then it's not.
Can you answer that question? Spandau, can you answer that question alone?
Well, your question's retarded. You're a retarded fag. I'm saying your question
is retarded. It should be an easy question, Spandau. It really should be.
It's retarded. How about that?
Okay, so you can't answer questions. You can't,
No, I'm not answering because it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant to us whether you can make a video that helps someone while also shitting on them in a conversation that we're debating.
It's irrelevant to WillyMac's video because his video is not helping him at all.
It does.
By shitting on him?
The first video absolutely does help him, yeah.
By shitting on him.
Yeah.
By specifically pointing out the bad things he did and shitting on him. That's helping him explain that.
This is fucking...
yeah, so people are more likely to believe the positive things you say if you work in the base level
Cope!
negatives they want to hear.
Cope, Kuihman! Cope fucking harder, please, dude. Holy shit! The fucking cope, dude! This is embarrassing, bro. What the fuck? Yes. Okay, yeah, he did. He called him. He did say that he was doing all this stuff and it was all negative and it was all, but it also helped him because, just cause it's possible that someone could say negative things and help the person. And that's what he's doing because NotSoErudite made him do it with her evil witch powers while her and President Sunday were teaming up on him.
And what are the positive things to say about Destiny?
What the fuck?
That compared to Hassan and Vosh, he's way better. That there's a path to redemption. That, we need to accept that, oh, yeah, Destiny might not be perfect, but at least he debates.
I disagree with the point about Hassan, but he probably is better than Vouch.
Okay, so so that's irrelevant, right?
Yeah,
you just said, when did he say anything positive about Destiny in that video? I just gave you an example.
Well, saying that you're better than Hitler and a pedophile is like,
yeah.
What's the point?
Okay, so
that's literally what I was just about to say. I was literally just about to say this. What do I have to do with any of this? He said that you were working with President Sunday and Kilo and wrote WillyMac's video for him. He said that all of the information on from WillyMac's video pretty much came from you. He said Kyla pretty much co-authored the entire thing. That's what he said. He said that he interviewed you and just pretty much got everything from you. That's what he said. So one, first off, the fact that you were working with Kilo and President Sunday is, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. Not even in the slightest. Not in the slightest. I just don't believe it. I couldn't. Like, if you told me you did it, I still wouldn't believe you. Okay? I still would not believe you. If you said, yes, I worked with President Sunday and Kilo, I'd be like, you know what? She's been in the space for too long. She caught the BPD.
You were wrong, right, Spondo? Just say you were wrong there.
Why would I say I'm wrong? If I say far better than Hitler, do you take that as a positive?
You're doubling down again and again.
I'm doubling down because, like,
hold on. Hey, hold on. All right. From what I remember from that video, what you're referencing when he says like, "Oh, they're better Hassan than Vosh." Wasn't that was at the end of the video where he's playing like his little music and he's going like, "Yeah, like Destiny did all this bad shit," but in a space where Hassan and Hassan can like fucking.
There were like,
and
I believe there are multiple points in the video.
Right, like that.
I believe there are multiple points in the video where he takes a moment to take a jab at someone else and say Destiny's better. I believe there's an earlier point
where he says something similar. Hey, at least you don't stick lizards on top of your dick is a compliment.
That's not what he said.
It's comparison to what did Vouch do? What do you mean? Yes, obviously that's in comparison to that.
Sex porn.
Well, no, it's about leaking lolly on stream, right? That's what he's pointing to.
Well, there's more than just that Vouch did.
I mean, I'm assuming Willie Mac reached out to you. I'm assuming he at least asked you some questions. But he's saying that you, because he's trying to push this whole narrative. So initially, like the idea, initially they were asking Kuihman if he knew anything about the JSTLK stuff, which, you know, he just kind of like, oh, I mean, they told me, but I said I didn't want to know anything about it. I totally headed this off right from the beginning and said, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know about it. So obviously he's in the clear there. He's just, you know, he couldn't possibly know anything because he told them not to tell him. So, but then very quickly moved on to Willie Mac being a problem here, and that Willie Mac's videos on Destiny were vindicating videos for Destiny, that Willie Mac is just sweeping for Destiny, that the whole thing is just to help Destiny, and that NotSoErudite pretty much co-wrote the whole thing because she was working with President Sunday and Kilo. I don't know. I don't know. This is an insane amount of fucking cope.
Huh?
Yeah, but why is that relevant in a video about Destiny's revenge?
Yeah.
Why is that even coming up?
Okay, why is anything about Vouch and Hassan brought up at all? You're acting like that. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a compliment.
Stop for 1 second. Stop for 1 second.
Jeffrey Epstein, and then they took a little pause in between.
Just go to the
You
other
knew
ones.
about JSTLK fucking Chaeiry? Yeah, apparently, yeah. Yeah. But did like, just for like how many questions would you say he asked you? Like, how long did you talk to him? Like, how did they leak the DMs? They haven't leaked anything, so he hasn't really given like any evidence to support anything so far. The guys who are asking him really aren't asking him like how he knows. They're more so arguing with the logic of his statements, because even just the idea that Willie Mac's video was pro-Destiny, or any of his videos were pro-Destiny, is just kind of absurd on its face. And they're trying to make it sound like you're trying to get Willie Mac to make pro-Destiny videos. But yeah, like, did he ask you a lot of questions? Like, did you sit there for 5 hours giving him every like word that he should say? Did you write it for him? How much of this, what would you say, 90 or 95% of this was your words? Somewhere in between there, 90 to 95%, 0%. We'll see when the receipts come out. His exact words were, she practically co-wrote it. Okay, that is what he said. He said NotSoErudite practically co-wrote it. So he was like, it's obviously he was being hyperbolic in saying that you were like the one kind of driving the narrative there, and that anytime he had questions about something, anytime he wasn't sure, anytime he like got some information, that like you were the person that he reached out to like clarify things, and that therefore he was kind of seeing everything through your lens. That's kind of the implication that he was giving. Not that you literally wrote it for him, but yeah. I'd like to see his receipts for that. Yeah, I'd like to even hear where he got it from. Okay, so let's be honest though, 0 isn't that far from co-writing the entire thing. True. 0%, pretty much 95%. It's pretty much all the same.
Other ones. Go to the other ones. Ridiculous. Just go to the other ones. In any Vosh or Hassan video this guy's done, would he say, but Destiny's bad too?
You mean like in all of his videos that were before the Destiny thing?
Yeah, would you say Destiny's bad too?
Before
No.
Destiny was
Bear in mind,
exposed for the
Spondo-
bad thing.
No,
Yeah.
no, wait, you don't get away with that. No, WillyMac says at the end of his video, he says, if you want a real good video on Destiny, watch the Ryan Beard content nuke. That's an amazing one. All the stuff in that is from the last 15 fucking years.
Yeah,
It's
and a
been
lot of
very
it was
public.
resurfaced in that video too. And
No,
also,
not
hold on.
resurfaced. No, you're a fucking idiot if you believe
Let me
everything
finish.
that's
Let
said.
me
You're a
finish.
fucking
Let me
retard. Holy
finish.
shit.
Why would he link to the?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for him to say everybody go watch the Ryan Beard video if he already knew about everything in the Ryan Beard video, right? I personally, I didn't think much of the Ryan Beard video, obviously because I already knew all of those things.
Mobart hit $20. The snakes are eating themselves.
they are eating themselves. Yeah, it's an odd thing. Thank you, Mobot, for the $20 donut. Kui is just a retarded twink with daddy issues. I don't know. Who cares? It's gonna be the end of you and WillyMac. That's what I think. I think this is it. I think you guys are finished.
The Ryan Beard video if he was on Destiny's side. Are you retarded? You think he'd link to that video if he was on Destiny's side? You're a fucking dumbass if you think that.
Yeah, yes, he would not link to Ryan Beard's video. 1, 2, Kuihman's making this sound like WillyMac already knew all of this stuff about Destiny. WillyMac was aware of all of this information and just already had all this info. But I doubt he did. I mean, I think that like for people in our space, that might be like common knowledge, all this stuff. I didn't know some of the stuff in there. There was a number of things that I'd never seen before. Like there was something blue or some girl that he like touched on stream. I'd never seen that before. Never heard of that. There were a number of things that I didn't realize I was that rent-free in Kui's mind. You're like the only woman in this space. What do you mean? Kuihman literally hates me because I talk to women. How do you think he's gonna feel about the one woman?
Oh no, the 0.001% of people that click through from one video to another might see 5 seconds of Ryan Beard's content.
Why would you even recommend it in the first place if you're on Destiny's side? Are you retarded?
Whoa, you're so right, Spondo. Whoa, my argument blowing up.
Yeah, I really wish they were asking him where the fuck he got this information from.
Up right now, whoa.
You have no point here. You're like,
Did he try to promote the Ryan Beard content?
You literally just pointed out that he did in the video. You literally just brought up that he promoted the video. Are you retarded? Yeah, he did.
Spondo, I can sit here and argue this point with you. You are the one who has to worm back every fucking time and start going, oh, if he was really on Destiny's side. But let's just argue it through, Spondo. Okay, in the first video, why do you...
He cut out there. Did he cut out for everybody else?
You cut out.
Two. Yeah. Like, yeah, in a video about Destiny, the people who first surfaced the story and fucked it up are going to get mentioned. Obviously. That's fucking retarded. Of course they will.
They are a good point of the content.
Yeah, because they're pivotal to the story.
And they're not pivotal at all.
How are they not pivotal to the story?
They just the way that the story got out.
They're the way the story got out. And Sunday specifically was trying to point Pixie out. And was Sunday not trying to point Pixie out?
Yeah, I was happy that WillyMac actually did this because yes, President Sunday needed to be called out. And he got called out, but only by his editor, and his editor didn't get like the views that he should have. Like the amount of shit that President Sunday should have gotten for that video is still nowhere near the fucking shitstorm it should have been for him. It didn't even come close. Even after WillyMac's video, President Sunday did not get a percentage of the shit he should have gotten for what it is that he did. Why does he also think I wrote Sunday's video? No. He doesn't think he wrote Sunday's video. He's mad that WillyMac made a video calling out President Sunday and JSTLK and all those other people. And then after WillyMac made the video, he ended up going on to Kuihman's stream and arguing with Kuihman, because at the end of his WillyMac's first video, he kind of calls out Beckett and President Sunday for outing Pixie's name and everything without any getting permission or anything, and then just kind of writing a bullshit narrative to give them permission or to make them feel vindicated in outing Pixie's name. And they kind of lied, but Beckett lied over and over, saying that Bad Empanada outed Pixie's name first, and so they didn't out it. Bad Empanada did already. But one, that doesn't matter because they had already been working on the video for a couple of weeks at that point. And two, Bad Empanada didn't say Pixie's name. He actually told everybody, don't go looking for the victims. Don't try to find out their names. Don't do any of this. But Beckett just tried acting as though they weren't the ones who outed they weren't the ones who outed Pixie. And so when, who cares if she doesn't want it out? Repeating it's still fucked up. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, my bot got you. Too many capital letters. But yeah, it just, I feel like the amount of shit that President Sunday and Beckett should have gotten for this should have been way more, and it was not nearly enough. But yeah, he's acting like because his second video was like a lot more about the other malicious parties in this, and then also interviewing Destiny and allowing Destiny to answer questions that, like, I guess this is sweeping for him or something. I don't know, but he hasn't really given explanations for these things or where he got this shit from or anything. The people who were talking to him aren't really asking those questions. They're more so arguing with the fact that, like, this is just dumb on the face of it because WillyMac's video just isn't sweeping at all. But yeah,
as an extorter, would it not be a good point to bring up how his point is terrible and how his video that first brought these allegations up is slandering her? Is that not a good point to bring up?
It's just, who the fuck is President Sunday, bro?
The person who brought this story up. What do you mean? Yeah, that's obviously a person who needs to be brought up when they're the person who surfaced it and they fucked it all up.
That's a certain choice, I guess.
Oh, that's a certain choice. Yeah, that's an important choice to make in the video. You're fucking retarded if you think
choice.
otherwise.
And again,
how is it a
it's
retarded
content
choice to bring
Tyler, Destiny's business partner, mind you? I mean, Kuihman saying that WillyMac's been a mark. It's worse than that. He's not just been a mark. He's not looking into the associations that people have to motivate the kind of information that has been given to him.
No, he wants that information. He wants to support Destiny because it's the easiest grift in the world.
So, okay. Why would he not bring up then? Let's just point this out. Why would he not take Sunday's side then about Pixie being an extorter? Because wouldn't that make Destiny look better?
See, earlier I was talking about the fact that, like, lazy people will just come up with a motivation for why people do things. Instead of getting evidence that they did a thing, they will just come up with a motivation that makes sense to them. They'll just say, like, oh, well, if they want this, then of course they did that. And that's it. That to them, that's more than enough evidence. That's all they need. And that it's one of the dumbest ways. This is MAGA logic, is that they'll just come up with, like, oh, this person thinks, you know, this person wants this thing, so therefore they did this. And that's it. Like, that's all, to them, that's all they need. They don't need anything else. They don't need, like, evidence that the thing actually happened. They don't need, like, any sort of, like, real, tangible information, data, events. They just need just a motivation. Now they figured it all out. Like, I can, at any time, if money goes missing from a bank, I can immediately point my finger at any single one of you and say, well, this person has bills to pay. Therefore, I think they were the ones who were motivated to go rob that bank. I think they did it. They have bills to pay. So they almost definitely were the ones who robbed that bank. The idea that Destiny, like, sucking off Destiny is the easiest grift, therefore that's what he did, that, one, isn't even logically true. Two, it doesn't make sense as far as, like, the majority of the internet just isn't doing it. So
if he's on Destiny's side, why wouldn't he even be obviously? And WillyMac doesn't have it.
It's like saying he's on Destiny's side requires him to make a video where he says Destiny's the best person who ever lived, and I can't say anything negative about him. Then he stands there in silence for the next 40 minutes. That's your standard for WillyMac making a video on Destiny's side.
You need to have an example of him actually taking Destiny's side and not siding with Pixie, the girl who's actually the victim. Like, are you fucking retarded?
Yes. So.
You're retarded. Yeah, good one.
So wait, because he has to side against Pixie. He has to side against Pixie to be on Destiny's side.
Yeah.
Okay. No one said, when I said he's on Destiny's side, I didn't say he's on Destiny's team versus Pixie. I'm saying...
I'm not talking about teams. If you think that Pixie's the victim in the story, then you're not going to be on Destiny's side.
No, okay. Pixie is one of many victims that Destiny is...
I'm talking about with the initial video. If you're taking Pixie's side on it, you're not on Destiny's side.
Ooh, Kuihman's starting to sound a little more sus. He says at the beginning that he didn't want to know anything about the JSTLK Chaeiry stuff. He didn't want to know anything about it. But now it sounds more like he didn't say enough about Chaeiry. He needed to make more of a big deal about Chaeiry. He needed to talk more about Chaeiry. Why wasn't he talking about Chaeiry? Pixie wasn't the only victim here. He needs to talk about Chaeiry. I feel like I've been in this isolated minority by not being brain broken over this lawsuit with Destiny. I came to my own conclusion, didn't think it was the worst thing ever, and kept watching Destiny and enjoying his content. Yeah, it's the thing is, though, is that we now know that, like, JSTLK, again, knew about this stuff before it came out, before it went public. He didn't say word about it. He didn't say shit about it. Nothing. He didn't say anything about it, right? When did he all of a sudden freak out? When did he all of a sudden turn? When was it that he was done with Destiny? When Chaeiry came out with her allegation. When Chaeiry came out with her allegation, that is when he split. And so his whole fucking brain-broken bullshit over this has been about Chaeiry. He even came out and supposedly lied about the fact that he listened to the video and that he saw the proof that the video was sent to other people, and he saw, and then supposedly backtracked off that later and was like, well, I didn't see it directly, but she told me and I believe her. And so it was, it's just that his whole thing was over a woman. It was all over a woman. It didn't make sense why he was so like schizo over the whole thing. And now it does. It was over a chick. He was simping. Happens to the best of us. But I don't know. I don't know if this was like an open relationship, if Kuihman was in on this too, if there's like, a love triangle going on here that we're starting to pick up on. But it's a little weird when Chaeiry, again, yes, when you guys say, oh, I forgot about the recording. Why? Because we never got any evidence of the recording. We never got evidence that it existed. We never had any corroborating, like anybody who corroborated that this happened. Nobody said, oh, I got sent this too. There's no, Chaeiry even today said, Pixie and this other girl, none of them ever told me that they ever got recordings of me. They never said anything about me because they don't care about me, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's because they literally just never got them. Maybe it's because they never got them. Maybe that's why. I don't know. The idea that we're supposed to like run around and make a big deal about the Chaeiry thing when we have nothing to go on doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I think it's okay to acknowledge it, sure. I'm not denying that it's true. I'm not denying that it's real. I'm not saying she's a liar. I'm not saying any of these things. But I am saying we just don't have anything. We don't have anything to talk about. We don't have anything to go on. We don't have anything to complain about. We just have her saying, this happened to me. That's it. That's all we have. As far as I've seen. If there's more and I haven't seen it, you guys can tell me, let me know. I don't know. But I haven't seen these things, so... something about this Destiny thing made so many creators broken. Kuihman, Diorio, Chud, JSTLK, etc. It was as if they finally had a chance to destroy the daddy that abandoned them. Well, I think so. The problem is that Kuihman, Chud Logic, Diorio, a lot of those people already had like been on the Destiny hate train for a while. They had all been like pretty anti-Destiny for a while at that point, and everybody kept saying, because Chud was, or JSTLK was friends with all of those people, because he was friends with all of them, everybody kept saying, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until JSTLK goes full anti-Destiny. Like, he's trying to rake in as much of the audience right now, and then he's gonna pull the Destiny Orbiter thing. The same thing that everybody does. So yeah. And I say that, like, in a way that does not apply to Pisco, does not apply to, Econo Boy, does not apply to any of the other people who left his community or stopped talking to him or distanced themselves or any of those things. Yeah, Relly, like, it just doesn't apply to any of these other people in the way that it does to JSTLK. Like, he just went full on schizo over the entire thing.
Yeah, Spondo, you either have autism or you're terrified of what I'm going to say. It's one of the two. I can't tell which. So figure it out and stop talking when I'm talking, okay? In the first video, it would be totally insane for WillyMac to come out and say, yeah, I'm pro non-consensual sharing of sexual imagery and videos. That would be totally... So he's not going to come out and say he's against Pixie, is he? But what he did do...
But he could have absolutely...
Okay, so wait. What did I just say? Did we just agree something a second ago? Was it like...
He could have... If you let me finish...
You, like, stop being
so he could have taken
or...
President Sunday's opinion.
Okay, so
he was trying to extort Destiny to take Destiny's side. Is that not a thing he could have done?
Is that not being autistic freak? Is that correct?
You're not making any substantial points. Every time I have a response, you're like, are you autistic? Are you autistic? You have nothing. You just don't like WillyMac.
Okay, you literally cut in after 3 words every time because you...
Yeah, because every time you say something so retarded, I think there's a drill in your fucking head.
Hold on, can I try and, like...
You are just, like, totally raped right now, aren't you? You're acting like the most molested person.
Name one point I made wrong. Name one point I made wrong. Name a single point.
Spondo, shush. All right, Kuihman, I just want to say what I think your take is so I can see if I'm following this conversation. Is your take basically you think Willy's playing the long game where, like, he's criticizing Destiny in the moment, but he still likes Destiny, and that, like, in the future he'd be willing to support Destiny?
Yeah, it's not even in the future. He's already back to that position.
That's purely speculation. You can't say that he's...
It's from looking at his public statements.
And what are the public statements? Which ones? Link them, because you have speaker roles, so you can
So, yeah,
show the tweets
multiple
right here.
times in the last 2 weeks, WillyMac has randomly jumped into altercations Destiny's having, whether it be with Pixie or Denims, to side with Destiny and say how great Destiny is.
With Pixie?
Yeah.
Can you show some of those?
I can try. Where is
Because
it?
with Denims, I mean, it seems like Destiny is on the right, because the leak recording was
It
her,
was
like,
with
Wait, what did
looking
you
at
say?
public statements.
And what are the public statements? Which ones? Link them, because you have speaker roles, so you can
So, yeah,
show the tweets
multiple
right here.
times in the last 2 weeks, WillyMac has randomly jumped into altercations Destiny's having, whether it be with Pixie or Denims, to side with Destiny and say how great Destiny is.
With Pixie?
To say
Yeah.
how
Can you
great
show some of those?
Destiny is.
I can try.
To
Where is
say
it?
how
Denims, I mean, it
great
seems like
Destiny
Destiny
is,
is
I'm
on the
sure
right,
that's
because the
what
leak
he was
recording was
saying.
her,
I'm
I
sure
believe,
that's what
so
it was.
what happened was there
He
was
was
the
saying
Denims
how
thing
great he is.
where WillyMac jumps in and says Destiny's right, and I think Pixie brought it up or mentioned it again later, and WillyMac replied to that and was like,
So
well,
Pixie got it
this is
wrong, then,
crazy,
is what you're saying.
something
So
like
if Pixie, no, because if Pixie got it wrong, then what would be wrong with WillyMac calling that out?
I don't know
If it
why.
is the Denims thing, the Denims, the recording that was supposedly that he
Okay,
had was about
wait,
her getting kicked out of his
spawn
apartment.
down. You just said to me, so obviously, I don't think WillyMac is just saying things that are factually untrue, right? I think he's just going out and lying. But you just said to me, you were like, well, Destiny, WillyMac, you're saying Destiny, WillyMac sided with Destiny, but he's never sided with Destiny. He sided with Pixie the whole time. And I show you a point where he
I'm
sided
talking
with
about
Destiny.
with the revenge porn drama, not something
Pixie.
unrelated with Denims. Are you fucking retarded?
Okay,
Can you not
why
keep
is
that
he?
up?
Okay, so Spondo, answer this. Why is WillyMac jumping into a fight between Destiny and Pixie to start taking
Because
sides?
if it's about Denims and Pixie's taking Denim's side, then Pixie's wrong.
Okay, why is he? Lots of people are wrong online. WillyMac doesn't tweet at everyone who's wrong online. Why is he jumping in there?
WillyMac's the one who broke the call with Denims. He had the recording of it. So yeah, obviously he's going to get involved with that.
My understanding is that's years old. That's been out for years.
Okay, but it resurfaced with WillyMac. Like that was one of the things in his video that he brought up. So obviously now that he has that, he's going to bring that up.
But he doesn't jump in. He doesn't jump in to correct Destiny whenever Destiny says something wrong about it. He doesn't jump in to correct any of the pro Destiny
shit on
people.
Destiny in his videos again, but all
Okay,
just
Spondo, you're walking back. You're jumping back. You're jumping back. Not the point, is it?
An example because you're saying he doesn't shit on Destiny. I bring up when he shits on Destiny, like, no, well, he didn't
Not
do
what I
that.
said. Not what I said either. Not what I said. You literally can't fucking engage. You're an autistic fucking freak. You got molested.
Yeah, also I want to mention again the unhinged like way that JSTLK and Kuihman and a lot of these people talk about Kyla and the fact that like she's just so pro Destiny. She is hardcore for Destiny. She's trying to sweep for Destiny. She's over here doing everything she can to whitewash Destiny, and she wants everybody to love Destiny as much as she does. Just so you guys understand, that is not Pixie's characterization. That is not what Pixie has said. Pixie is not running around saying that Kyla is this horrible person, and instead has defended her every time we've seen Pixie say anything about Kyla throughout any of this. Pixie has defended her and what it is that Kyla has done throughout all of this. That she did it in her Substack, she did it in her she put out a couple of tweets when Kyla was getting shit after the Tom Dark interview. She said again, like, she has numerous times come out to defend Kyla and say that like Kyla was one of her best allies, and it's weird that the people like Kuihman and all of these other people keep running around acting like Kyla is this horrible person trying to help Destiny and trying to do all this work for him in the background, when again the actual victim here doesn't seem to feel that way and feels like Kyla has been like an ally to her and somebody who's been helping her throughout all of this. So it's we've had to like keep repeating this over and over because a bunch of fucks are like nonstop painting her as though she's this malicious person in the background trying to fix it. What did they keep calling her before? Ghislaine Maxwell? LMAO, Ryle Kittenhouse, JSTLK's sidekick, posted another video of Erudite today. Yeah, like they are insane, dude. These guys are insane. They're just a bunch of incels. They are. Earlier, she said, she's like, I didn't realize I lived rent-free in these people's heads so much. In chat just a little bit ago, like, yeah, you're the only woman in this space. Like, of course, that is their whole fucking thing, is that they need to just constantly bitch about all the women.
So, Spondo, try that again. So, since the videos came out, he is not once, I have not seen this guy once, no matter how inaccurate, how wrong, how disgusting, how depraved, jump in something to say, no, that is true. Destiny really is a piece of shit. Million tweets about her songs. Okay, so did you just hear what I said, Spondo?
Yeah, so you're guiding. No, what you're doing is you're trying to guide the question into something specific. He has shit on Destiny. So why are you saying, oh, it has to be in a tweet? Does it only count?
This is your evidence.
Does it only count if it says on Twitter? Do you not understand that? Does it have to be on Twitter? Huh? Can your brain not comprehend that if someone shits on somebody on YouTube?
Your evidence is that he made a terrible video on Destiny that was widely panned. It
I
was
think that
terrible.
you just don't like the video. That's all. Yeah.
It was fucking terrible, and we can literally go on the live stream. We can go through that video. We can sit there and watch it together. I can explain to you the 600 million different ways it's terrible. You obviously will not do anything like that because you're absolutely
Would you do
terrified of having to argue anything out. So
I've been arguing with you this whole time. You're just trying to change it now because you don't like this point I'm making. Like, come on.
So
Every time,
what I was saying,
you've already come to the conclusion that WillyMax pro Destiny, and so anytime WillyMax shits on
you
Destiny, that's not enough for you.
Do you
That's
just
just not
actually
enough.
just keep rambling around in circles saying nothing, or do you ever shut the fuck
Every
up?
time I bring up a point, you're just like, no.
Rambling about nothing.
You're not saying anything.
This is what Kuihman does all the time. Okay, so Kuihman has been saying nothing. Kuihman has been saying nothing, and every time they ask him for evidence, every time they ask him for logic or an explanation, he says nothing. He says things that which is a just completely detached from reality characterization of things that have happened, like in WillyMac's videos or in tweets or whatever. He is just giving these totally unhinged versions of things that are not attached to the real world. Whereas they are trying to understand his position, and then every time he gives a half-hearted explanation, they turn around and they're like, that doesn't make sense. Here's why, X, Y, and Z. And he has the fucking gall to say that they're the ones saying nothing here. This is so embarrassing.
Right now, you were just going, I don't like your points. I don't like your points. When I'm trying to still.
If your point is that he's not shitting on Destiny, that is incorrect. His videos are doing that. So yeah, I'm gonna bring that up every time because you keep saying something.
I didn't say he's never shit on Destiny. I've never said he didn't shit on Destiny.
You're saying he's on his side, but majority of these videos he's shitting on.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Okay, to any normal person, those are the same things. To any normal person, those are the same things. Every time he said that, I turned around and say, well, but he has been shitting on Destiny. Like, every time he said this, every single time, I've been like, wait, but he is shitting on Destiny. What is he talking about? So obviously, that is the way that, like, I took it. I don't know if that's the way everybody else is taking it, but I think most people will take it that way.
So you're just circling back there, huh? You're just saying, oh, he is.
But you're just circling back there, huh? The thing that there's something.
By the way, you can't do the mocking
you were saying
when you're a little
completely
faggot.
different.
It just sounds like a retarded monkey.
I'm slugging the fuck out of people because I literally can't have a fucking conversation. So I'm a molested autistic freak called Spondyle who can't get any pussy even on the internet. Is that you, Spondyle?
Yeah. This is a full crash out, dude.
Okay, so you're gonna shut the fuck up.
This is a full crash out,
because I was making a point and you just can't understand it because you're
okay. So what? You gonna drop out or what are you doing?
No, I already made my point. You just don't want to say. Come on, keep going.
Okay. So what I was saying was you can't keep going back to the same shit video and saying, well, WillyMac has shit on him because of this video. When my point was never that WillyMac never made those videos. I've never argued he never made those videos.
Your point was that the videos don't shit on him. They just state what happened, even though that's not true.
Kuihman said 7 times. I said I clarified that's what I said.
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing this repeatedly. It's a very autistic behavior where you're hung up on some phrasing that you've invented.
Wait, okay. When you're saying that his videos are defending him, you're saying, hey, this guy is saying overall the videos are shitting on him. He's not saying like he has done 1 or 2 things that say mean things about him. So it's like, obviously, if there's a video where a guy's like, look, this guy murdered people. Murdering is bad. It's a fucking horrible thing. Nobody should ever murder people, and I am disgusted with him for murdering people. But he's a nice guy. He should get a second chance, everybody. I think that we should all be willing to hear him out and listen and try to understand and empathize with what made him want to murder these people. And, like, obviously nobody's going to look at that video afterwards and be like, I mean, he shit on him. Yeah, he shit on him, dude. He shit on that guy. Like, that nobody's going to say that because the overall, like, the totality of the content is not shitting on him. It's overall kind of defensive of the person. That's what they're saying here, is that the totality of the content is shitting on Destiny.
But you keep taking the argument back there. It's very strange.
So what would you want in a WillyMac video to shit on Destiny? Just
okay, that wasn't what I was talking about. So
no, I'm asking a question now.
I don't care. I don't care. Maybe I've asked questions before you interrupted like 600 times, but no, not anymore. So
I'm gonna interrupt you when you say something retarded. That's why I'm interrupting you.
I didn't say you're still slugging out. So I think you've actually got a problem. I think you've actually got a social problem.
Amazing.
So
I just don't think Kuihman understands. I can't. I have this problem with him all the time, where I can't tell if he's malicious or dumb. It is something with these commentary people all the time that I cannot tell. I can't tell. It's same with Ryle. Same with Ryle all the time. There's lots of times where I really can't tell. Is this guy actually this fucking stupid? Or is he this dumb? I can't tell. I feel like it's got to be a mixture of, he's dumb and malicious. Yes, I was going to say, at this point, I feel like it has to be a mixture of both, because I think, well, if you were malicious, you would at least try to make yourself look less dumb while doing it. Like, if you were malicious, but you know, try, like, yeah, you would at least try to make yourself look decent while doing it, but they don't. They are willing to come off as just completely unhinged.
What I was saying, WillyMac put out those videos and has made it his job to be the Twitter watchdog for anti-Destiny misinformation. He jumps in when Pixie's talking shit. He jumps in to say, oh, you know, I did think doxing and killing people was bad, but if they make jokes about Yeet, then I guess I don't care anymore. He will jump in anytime he sees an opportunity to massage Destiny's reputation. Not once have I seen him jump in to go the other way, despite the fact that the lies on the other side of this equation are far worse, more widespread, and coming from a more like a more powerful source. He would never jump in and do that because he wants Destiny to have a better reputation. That is the truth. He wants to play cleanup, and he's done that repeatedly. He did that with Pixie. He's done that with trying to repeatedly make the death threats seem like they were totally based, actually. He's done that with...
They were based, actually.
But
I mean, I'm sorry, but like when this is the way that you talk about things, when this is the way that you act, I'm sorry, but...
Oh, man. He's done that with the Hassan debate shit. I'm pretty sure he even mentioned something similar to that in the recent video about how no one debates anymore. So as far as I'm concerned, this guy is, his sole goal in these dramas is just grift the Destiny side.
I mean, I just did like a basic, what do you call it? The Twitter search and just looked up Destiny. And I don't see a single one that's on his side at all. The closest thing is, my favorite part of my Destiny video is everyone shitting on Denims. Lol. The fact she blatantly lied the way she did is crazy. Let's see. New video out tomorrow on Destiny. I reached out to Chaeiry and Melina, both declined to comment, so that's on that there. They didn't want to comment, so I don't know why JSTLK was mad about that.
Okay, I'm looking for tweets. Why are you lying about what's here?
Hold on. Destiny sharing nudes of people without their consent so we can do with the 19-year-old. Is that pro?
Why are you lying about what's here? Why are you ignoring much tweets?
Okay, wait, what's he lying about?
What am I lying about? I can screen record it right now.
So immediately, so you skip past all the recent tweets. Obviously today he's on a pro-Destiny roll.
None of these are pro-Destiny. Most of these are actually very sarcastic. I think the only one you can even consider that is everything Destiny is saying here is true, lol. And wow, he's saying she's a...
Hold on, wait, having sex with mentally ill people equals rape. He says that Destiny, everything Destiny
I
is
think Willy's tirade today is gay. I think it's gay, and it's fucked up. I think so.
So would you say, wow? So he's saying she's a liar. Some same slave book as Destiny. Is that a pro-Destiny?
Willy's tirade today is gay. From February 17th, YouTuber WillyMacShow does a rebuttal of Destiny's statement to him, yet in a section accusing Kelly Jean and Lav of committing the same crime as Destiny. His only response is that women are crazy for doing this without vetting said claims. In follow-up tweets that said there should be no expectation he vet allegations of other committing sex crimes and blasting them out to the public on the basis that this is a rabbit hole injuring the reputation of two individuals. Okay. I do not have to do that diving down the Kelly Jean. Okay, so yeah, he was just talking about why he doesn't have to do the Kelly Jean shit. Everything, so it's 12 hours ago, everything Destiny is saying here is true, and this is just Destiny saying, and to think this is the same guy, JSTLK Jew Stalker, who spent the last year saying, having sex with mentally ill people equals rape, crazy, huh? Yes, I'm sorry, but like, this just is true. I mean, again, JSTLK was saying this stuff before anything came out about Destiny as well. JSTLK was saying this stuff to me for a year and 2 years. Like, the guy has been saying this stuff to tons of people. So this isn't just like a Destiny thing. This is something that Destiny said that is true. Like, it's just, like, I'm sorry, but it just is true. Let's see. The you could have asked me is even more insane now. So yeah, so the you could have asked me is that Nicholas Diorio just said that, because when WillyMac made his first video, they later came out and JSTLK was whining and crying about the fact that WillyMac's first video didn't talk a lot about Chaeiry and didn't bring up Kelly Jean at all. And Willy said, well, it just, like, it had a lack of, like, evidence and substance to it, and on top of that, I just didn't have a whole lot of people that I could have called or reached out to and asked about it. And JSTLK was like, well, you could have asked me. You could have interviewed me. I would have talked to you about it. And so, yeah, the Nicholas Diorio brought this up again today with all of the DMs and everything. What's going on with Chaeiry? She was cheating on her husband. Was it with JSTLK? This is from, like, very early in the morning when she first started posting stuff that was kind of vague. And then Nicholas Diorio saying, holy fuck, ha ha ha, wait, this makes so much sense. Willy said, bruh, it has me dying. Nicholas Diorio said, you could have asked me is even more insane now. JSTLK and Destiny are Eskimo brothers. WillyMac said, "You should have asked me. I'm banging this married woman. I'm fixing her because I'm her Dr. K. People hate Willy. Willy does nothing. Willy wins." Yeah, there's a lot of people winning. There's a lot of people winning off JSTLK just becoming one of the biggest hypocrites that literally everybody could have imagined he was. So
Comment? So he's saying he's using the same playbook by calling a woman a liar. Is that pro him?
yeah, I wouldn't say any of these are like super pro Destiny. These are anti JSTLK. These are anti JSTLK. There's nothing gay or dumb about this. This is all just shitting on JSTLK. That's all this is. But I guess to Kuihman, if you shit on JSTLK, his butt buddy, then that's necessarily pro Destiny. Anything that is anti JSTLK, you have to pick one. You got to pick a side. If you don't like JSTLK, then you love Destiny. You're defending Destiny. You call it JSTLK, you are immediately, obviously, in the full on in the Destiny camp and defending him. You're sweeping for him by calling out JSTLK. That's all I see throughout all of this.
Is that a pro Destiny comment?
Quite simply.
Answer the question. Is that a pro Destiny comment?
So I mean, he's what the response to Jessica Pizzle? Do you mean?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, the way I read that is he's not actually saying that's necessarily Destiny's playbook. He's just accusing. He just knows that's what JSTLK thinks is Destiny's playbook.
Yeah, I think it can be interpreted both ways.
But I don't think that's necessarily a pro anti Destiny statement. But I don't know. You think that any time him clearing the record or anything is him being pro Destiny? So how is him?
Okay, explain that. Why does he never clear the record the other way?
Mostly because Destiny tweets about politics now.
This is not relevant at all to what you just said.
No, that is relevant.
Wait, what does that mean? Clear the record the other way.
Destiny's not making tweets constantly about drama. What does WillyMac have to go to interject on?
Okay, so WillyMac only interjects when Destiny talks.
No, you didn't even say that was true last time. You said specifically.
No, I'm asking you.
Like, what is a thing he should have cleared the record on? And again, Tom, that was the reason for me getting banned in your chat. I was convinced early on by JSTLK and his crew that you were a disgusting creep. Well, I am still a disgusting creep. That is true. Just they got all of the reasons wrong. I am still safe in keeping it all on the DL. Nobody knows the real reasons. Nobody knows why. Have to keep digging, bitches.
I'm asking you that.
Yeah, your question's dumb because it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, you are saying that Destiny only talks about politics now, so Willy doesn't interject. Willy talks at times where Destiny isn't talking, right, Spondo? We can both agree on that. It does not require Destiny to say something first for WillyMac to then follow up. Okay.
What I'm saying is that when WillyMac goes and replies to Pixie getting something wrong about the fucking Denims thing, that is not him interjecting Destiny. That is not him being pro Destiny. That's him being anti Denims. Would you not say the focus on that would be Denims because he's shitting on her?
Spondo, I think Kuihman's point would be that
this is like the most deranged freak pope in the world.
What's deranged about if you're shitting?
Yeah, well, no, this is what Kuihman's doing. Is that like anything that is anti someone is automatically pro Destiny. If Destiny doesn't like that person too, or Destiny gains from it at all, like I don't understand. Like, shouldn't WillyMac was shitting on a woman? Does somebody go tell Kuihman that Denims is a woman? The person yelling. Oh, is he gonna read it?
The person yelling SECS pest with no evidence ending up being a SX pest was not on my bingo card. Can't wait to see the Cabal cover the real SX pest.
Is definitely on everybody's bingo card.
Necessarily agree with Kuihman.
Thank
I
you.
think what he's saying is basically Willy's playing the long game here and doing like PR management for Destiny. That's kind of like he's going after Destiny's enemies and then not going after Destiny.
No,
when,
okay, just to be clear, that's not necessarily playing the PR long game to go after Destiny's enemies. WillyMac has a huge financial incentive to just keep hating that same group of people forever.
There's the incentive.
The insane amount of money he makes up his videos.
Back to the incentive. That's all we got. That's all we got. The fucking laziest way of trying to make an argument is just talking about incentives. It's funny. I went on a rant earlier about the fact that this is like the dumb, lazy way that people who aren't logical have to come up with arguments because they don't understand how to engage with like real evidence and crap. And so they always have to come up with an incentive to argue instead. And here is one of the laziest people making the same argument over and over and over. It's almost as if I knew this was going to happen. It's almost as if I knew this was going to happen, and I was just explaining this earlier because I knew this was coming.
You know, anti-Hassan, anti-Denims, anti-Vosh, whatever.
And he probably hurt his connections, right?
So I'm looking here. So Pixie just said something that was factually wrong. No, hold on. Actually reposting leaked DMs that that were only posted to humiliate someone speaking out against sex crimes is disgusting behavior, and then it's pointed out here that she's lying about what it is. How is that something?
Oh,
that's
no,
just,
we
she's
all
got it wrong?
know the story. The point I'm making to you is...
So what is your point? You're shitting on
Maybe if you
WillyMac
let me
for pointing
finish my
out that something
sentence,
untrue.
Spondo, maybe Spondo, maybe Spondo, let me finish my sentence, Spondo, maybe Spondo,
You're just using that as an excuse because you're retarded. You're using that as an excuse.
Maybe Spondo.
You're using excuses.
Spondo, maybe Spondo. Spondo, maybe if you let me... Spondo, maybe if you let me... Spondo, maybe if you... Spondo.
Oh, you didn't real close to the microphone, huh?
Maybe you let me... Spondo, maybe if you let me...
Your mouth is in the microphone. I hear you deep throating.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mate, it's just pretty clearly trying to filibuster. I mean, unironically.
No, I literally made my point. You guys just don't like.
Was it? He's trying to filibuster, but Kuihman was literally waiting for him to talk every time, just so he could talk over.
You are like retarded and you can't engage with the conversation. You literally, the moment someone starts
This
talking,
is
you have to try and get out.
This is insane, dude. This is insane. That Kuihman is saying this in this moment. While he is taking an L on every single point, he is sitting there afterwards like, well, you just don't know how to engage. He does this all the time, too. Like, I think I've had 2 conversations with a guy, and he's done the same thing in both conversations, where he just kind of, like, obfuscates on every little thing, and then says that, like, you're not answering the questions, that you're avoiding it, that you're not engaging. Like, he does this all the time. This is just classic Kuihman.
Again.
Yeah, I interject when you say something completely wrong. Yeah.
No, you're just totally spurging.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't run yet. That is normally what he'll do in a scenario like this. Is he's just gonna run. So I'm a little blown away that he's still there. In the whole like Tom has fucking alt account bullshit. Dude lied, like got caught very early lying in the conversation and then ran. Like just like that. Just like got caught so quick lying and then ran and then continued with his bullshit narrative after that. And that was that. Like he just took off and just continued pushing the same thing. And I that is kind of what I expect from him all the time now.
That's a real point you're making there. Oh, you're spurging. You have anything?
So yeah, I'll go back to what I was saying. So just because it was false,
I'm gay retard. That's you. Right now.
So just because what Pixie said it was false doesn't change anything. Because Willy,
is it not? Is it
not?
Are
you good, Barry? Are you good? You stupid fuck. Just because it's false,
is it not a false? Is it not a false
claim?
You can't answer. It's like you can't fucking answer. You say yes, and you circle back and say that's pro Destiny. It's not.
So
but you just can't respond.
Spondo, shut the fuck up for 2 seconds.
No,
fucking retard. So what I'm saying is,
just because you let all these little like fucking Aiden circle spurgs fucking sit
you
there
need
like,
to be raped to death. You need
not...
to be raped to death. You need to be raped to death.
Dude, you're British. The fucking Packy's gonna come and rape you, you dumb fuck.
Okay, you're autistic. You were raped by a teacher as a kid. So
was she hot? Yeah, she was hot. She was hot and black, bro.
So just because what Pixie said was false does not change.
Who is this guy again? I need to remember his name. Spondiddled. Oh, and he's a 2-time WR Goonmaxer certified boogeyman. Flicker gooning novice. That's, hey, I like this guy.
Change anything. Willy would never jump in to correct anti-Destiny stuff. He would never go in and say, Denims was right there, actually, if she was.
He would never go in to correct anti-Destiny stuff. You fucked it up there. You know that.
Change anything. Willy.
Fuck.
Okay, you're autistic. You were raped by a teacher as a kid. So.
Was she hot? Yeah, she was hot. She was hot and black, bro.
So just because what Pixie said was false does not change anything. Willy would never jump in to correct anti-Destiny stuff. He would never go in and say, Denims was right there, actually, if she was.
He would never go in to correct anti-Destiny stuff. You fucked it up there. You know that, right?
Well, pro-Destiny stuff. I don't care which way around I look at it. What difference does it make?
Well, I mean, you're kind of focused on the semantics of it, so yeah.
When have I focused on semantics? When?
Your whole thing is doing this autistic game.
Okay,
like,
hold on.
well, he hasn't shit on
So you don't
Destiny
know what
enough for
semantic
me.
means. So you don't know what the word semantic means. So you're a retard.
I think the thing that's happening here is I think Willy dislikes the Hassan people more than he dislikes Destiny, and I think he's more willing to go after Denims than probably like watch everything Destiny says and correct that.
Well, like that, I'd agree with.
Yeah.
True, because because he has made a bunch of videos about Hassan orbiters, about the Hassan people, the Ethan Hassan thing. He has some of his biggest videos are about Hassan, and so all of this is totally aligned with the people that he's always gone after in the Hassan orbit. This completely aligns with everything that he's always done and never necessarily had anything to do with Destiny and more so to do with just Hassan being a piece of shit.
He dislikes Hassan more.
Yeah, he dislikes that group more than Destiny.
That doesn't mean that he's secretly like fucking a Jew. I really like Destiny.
I don't think he's bought either. But I mean, he is going on stream with Dan Saltman, right? Like he's clearly still interacting with.
Yeah, he's got a stream smoke with this guy tomorrow.
I think he probably dislikes Destiny, or at least dislikes some portion of Destiny, right? But I mean, obviously he agrees with most of what Destiny said, right? He really only he was very I watched the streams where they would go on together. Like he didn't disagree with a lot of what Destiny would say. I think he likes his takes. It's just like as a person, Destiny's like fucking terrible. So it's kind of put him in a position where he likes all of Destiny's takes, but he can't necessarily like Destiny as a person.
Based on Kuihman's logic, he just never would have made the video on Destiny in the first place. Kuihman's making it sound like he had to. He had to, though. No, you don't understand. He had to do it, though. No, you don't get it. He didn't have a choice. He had to make that video. Yeah. Yeah, he had to. He didn't. He's this much of a Destiny dick suck, and he's willing to go out and defend Destiny everywhere he goes in this very public way. But he would not have not made the video on Destiny and called him out for all of this stuff. That is something he would not be willing to do publicly, because that would be way too far. So he had to make the video.
Right. And like,
no. See, that's dishonest. And, you know,
dishonest?
He likes Destiny's takes. He does like Destiny as a person, but he can't say that publicly.
What?
I mean, it's just speculative. I don't know.
That's
I mean,
literally
Everything he says.
He's literally said it before. He's literally said that he likes Destiny before. He's literally said he likes Destiny. He likes his takes. He's literally said these things before. Obviously, he may not. Obviously, he's a bit more of like anti-Destiny since the Sex Pest stuff. But I think that a lot of people just Kuihman takes the Destiny Sex Pest stuff as stuff to like, because there is something negative about Destiny that everybody will agree on. Now he can just non-stop talk about it, and he'll finally be able to say something that everybody agrees with, that Destiny did something bad. And so now he just gets to just over and over and over and over come back to the well and keep pulling from it, whereas I think most people are like, yeah, we agree it's bad. What, is it time to move on yet? Or like, can we put the ball inside the cup? I'm trying. Shit.
I think that WillyMac
of Destiny.
WillyMac must secretly love Destiny. Oh, I know this for sure. You're fucking retarded. You're just retarded, and you want to speculate this because you don't like WillyMac. Like, you're fucking retarded.
I just want to know, there's zero speculation here. Erudite wrote most of that first Destiny video. She was
Erudite,
absolutely
not
sat
Destiny. And
there he
also
goes again.
Did you say Erudite's not Destiny? Did you just say Erudite's not Destiny?
Two separate people, two separate human beings.
Well, Erudite's not
It's a business, dude.
No, I mean,
oh my god.
Erudite is fully bought. That's
no, she's certainly bought because she went back to do all that shit.
Two separate people.
You're literally saying not two separate individuals.
Dude, Spondyle, kill yourself. Actually hang yourself, bro. You're so pathetic.
So again,
yeah, I mean, Erudite isn't Destiny. That's a person who's fully compromised. I don't think Willy's there. I don't think Willy's fully compromised, like Queen was saying, but Erudite definitely.
But early on, she wanted like fucking Turkey Tom and shit to talk about all the Destiny drama and saying, "Oh, Steven's in the wrong," all that. Just like use that person.
You do not remember this conversation, Spondyle, whatsoever. She did not just say Steven's in the wrong. She said he couldn't remember whether he had consent, and then she also, in that same conversation, sets a boundary and says, you know, if he's done any non-consensual recording, it'll be over then. I don't know if I'll be able to be around him then. And then what do you know happens? So 2 days later, the Chaeiry shit comes out that he has non-consensually recorded, and she still fucking sticks around. So like, this is like the worst thing to cite. Oh, she went on the Turkey Tom call.
I'm talking about. You're using hindsight. I'm talking about at the time.
You know why she went on the Turkey Tom call, right? Do you understand why?
I understand that was most definitely to sweep for Destiny in some regard, or at least like save her own.
No. Why she went on Turkey Tom's call specifically? Why it was specifically him?
No, I don't really care.
Because very recently, Willy and Turkey Tom had gone and visited the fucking Bridges studio and all this shit, and fucking Erudite had videos going on about how, oh, Tom and Willy are just such great people, they're such amazing people, they really believe in the mission, and they took Nick out clubbing with them, and
so yeah, your whole thing is yeah. Erudite went to the first. She went to the first two people she was actually associated with in some regard instead of like fucking random strangers. Like, yeah, obviously that's gonna happen. That's not the point.
But they've been associated with people, a lot more people than that. They picked the commentary YouTubers that they had the biggest hold over.
Yeah, so people they were just very recently associated with. She went to the first two people there. That makes sense. That's not some.
Yeah.
What's the point you're making here? Yeah.
WillyMac and Tom are the two people that the Erudite feels comfortable talking to, and you don't see anything to.
Not me. She feels comfortable talking to me, but she is not talking about me. He's talking about Turkey Tom.
Suspicious about that whatsoever.
That the first people she'd go to talk to about a recent drama are the first two people she just recently talked to? Yeah, that's not crazy.
Yeah, they weren't the first two people she just recently spoke to. There's no way you want to say. It's so funny how you literally can't engage and reply to a point. You're actually incapable.
Every time I say something, you're like, you can't engage.
It's either because you're a total pussy in conversations, you're either a total pussy in conversations, and you know you're sweeping for WillyMac right now, and you just don't want to get caught out for it, or you are legitimately retarded. You legitimately have a severe mental
What was his name again?
I don't agree with WillyMac on the Ethan Klein shit. I don't agree.
What was his name again? Diddleton? Diddledox? Fuck, I forget his name.
He defended Destiny with the dumb firefighter take. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with a lot of shit. I'm just saying I don't think the videos are fucking misinformation and he's secretly some Destiny fan deep down. That's fucking retarded and you're just speculating.
No, he's not. It's not deep down. It's out in the open. He's a Destiny fan. He is.
Okay, so you're just your whole point here is no. That's what you just responded with. No.
How is that? What? He's not a Destiny. You're saying he's not a Destiny fan out in the open.
I'm saying he's not on Destiny's side. Would you disagree?
With what? Side with what?
Specifically the revenge porn shit.
With Pixie?
in general, you retard. Why are you doing like this? I'm fucking retarded. I have no idea what's going on.
Because
You
my
know
answer's
exactly what
different,
you're talking about.
Spondale, because my answer's different between the two. I would say broadly that Willy is on Destiny's side. Even broadly within this drama and his lawsuit stuff and all that, Willy is on Destiny's side. Willy wants Destiny to survive this and have his career, come back and see all the benefits he possibly could, be the dominant political streamer, be better than Hassan and Vosh and all these other people. That's what Willy wants.
But again, you're just speculating again.
In the specific Pixie
You're
case,
just speculating again. You don't have anything to actually say that. You're just giving your opinion,
mate. Yeah,
your opinion's retarded. If you
Spondale, I
have
can start
nothing to
running
base
down
off of.
evidence if you can like not
You have
interrupt me for
nothing
5
to base
seconds.
it off of. We've
Do you want to
already
run-
been through this. And
Spondale,
you've had nothing to say.
Spondale, we can start.
You both have your thresholds. It meets Kuihman's. It doesn't meet yours, and that's where you guys are separating at, right? Like Kuihman thinks what he's seen is enough for him to have that opinion, which is fair.
Well, at that point,
but
literally
it's not
anything.
enough for you personally, and that's also fair, I think. But I mean, either you guys aren't going to get anywhere then, because you guys aren't going to debate the threshold for what you guys think.
Kuihman has no threshold at all.
No,
He literally just sees a fucking photo of Willie
You're
Mack.
totally struggling, like Spondale. You're having an autistic fit right now.
What Kuihman has said
When you
is
say
that, like, he's saying, all right, well, Destiny needs to survive because Willie Mack greatly profits off of it. Where'd he go? Spondale's gone. Did he leave? Rip. Well.
Wow.
Rip.
Crazy.
I was just about to fucking say something. What the fuck?
Well, I would love to actually go back and forth on any one of these points, but I guess Spondale doesn't want to. So
He's back.
Trump dropped the JSTLK allegations so that we wouldn't talk about the BBB. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
There was an error adding the Omni as a guest. Please try again. It's fucking up. So do you think Willie's fully bought completely? Like you can't have like a fair take Destiny? Like or like what?
I think ultimately it's not that he kind of he can say things that happened. He can say something was bad, but his coverage, it's like the arc of Willie Mack is long and it veers towards Destiny. It's always gonna edge that way. It's always going to go towards, oh, yeah, Destiny did something might be bad, but they all do it. They're all a bunch of like weird sex freaks in that friend group, and I mean we can let them back, right, guys? That's where it's very.
I think that's probably fair. I think like if you have to choose your fucking like sex pest fucking political Pokemon, and it's between like all the guys, I think he's gonna choose Destiny, right? Like 'cause he obviously agrees with most of what Destiny says.
Hold on, Alex.
So, do you think he can have like a fair take in this situation?
Alex,
Like,
I have a final closing thought.
Wait, what is this? Oh, Shamu. Interesting day. Good luck to the new happy couple.
I've made a series of increasingly terrible mistakes.
I think you're a rebounder.
That's
I think
not
you
sexual
think if you're
harassment.
there
What
enough,
I just said was not
you'll
sexual harassment.
You'll get a rebound eventually. You will catch a basketball.
That I'm just there. Just being there is my game plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically with like mentally ill women who have been broken down repeatedly.
I may have lost my BPD queen, but at least I still have my bouncy ball. I've made a series.
Awesome.
He can call out what Destiny's saying and then say the facts in a way where like it's not dishonest. Do you think he can do that? Because if he can do that, I mean, if you think he can do that, he might not. Like he just doesn't.
I think he could
like
jeopardize his relationship with Destiny, right? So far as I can see, Willie Mack is the only person who's spoken about this and made a video on this drama that Destiny has said, yeah, I'm cool with Willie Mack. I like Willie Mack's video actually. And if he did go against Destiny and made Destiny upset, he loses his connection to TGG and he loses.
Why was Destiny so happy with that Willie Mack video? Spondale said it was so good. It was an awesome takedown. Why was Destiny so happy with it? Doesn't make any sense. I was sure that it was an awesome takedown because Spondale told me.
I think what Destiny said is that Willie's the only one who reached out, right? And I think that's where it kind of stems from. I don't know. I mean,
no, I'm pretty sure he also complimented the video as well, like separately.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I like broadly. I think he's gonna side with Destiny's like takes and shit, right? Because he always did. Like he obviously like he just I don't think
that's not not always. Not always. If you go back and look on Willie's channel, there's actually
he used to shit on Destiny, yeah, like with the Leafy.
Yeah, he used to be like, when all the commentary guys would shit on Destiny, he'd shit on Destiny. Then when all the commentary guys like Destiny.
Yeah, that's true. He did say like.
I don't think that's true. Again, so we talked about the fact that there was like a split within the commentary community where a bunch of different people, like Nicholas Diorio, was moving towards like more anti-Destiny, Chud Logic moving more anti-Destiny, Kuihman anti-Destiny, JSTLK was more pro-Destiny, the Turkey Tom a little bit more pro-Destiny, but Ordinary Gamer pro-Destiny, and so there was like a pretty big split in these communities that made it seem like there was Tom, you still cool with Brittany Simon? I'm cool with her. We'll put it that way. But JSTLK hung out with all of the other people who were anti-Destiny the entire time.
Back in the day, like this guy's just like a fucking moron. Like if this guy can be like super smart, then anyone can. He did say that. But I mean, like just like looking at the takes broadly, he does broadly agree with what Destiny would say. And I agree broadly with things Destiny says, except like honestly not much anymore because Destiny like has to like with that fucking Fox girl, his take on that was fucking horrific because he has to have that take because if he doesn't, then he's like,
the Save a Fox,
he has to have the Save a Fox take because if he doesn't, it like fucks him over.
I don't know what that is.
Destiny is like kind of bought. He's his whole opinion on stuff like that is completely corrupted. But yeah, I mean, I think both you and Spondale just have different thresholds, right? Like
Willie Mack he will never deny that Erudite helped with a substantial portion of that first video because it happened 100%. This guy is a total fucking retard.
Well, NotSoErudite denied. that she helped with it.
Is like actually either compromised or so stupid he can't be trusted to make videos for himself. Because in that first drama, he's going around saying, I prefer first-hand information, second-hand information, because he doesn't want to look at Kiwi Farm screenshots and wants Erudite to explain it to him instead. I'm sorry, Kiwi Farm screenshots are a way better source of information on Destiny than NotSoErudite. And you're totally like retarded if you can't interpret that within about 30 minutes of seeing them.
Holy shit!
It's insane that a commentary
that he is lost. He is lost. He's totally lost, bro. He is completely lost. that is such a ridiculous thing to say, dude.
YouTuber, not just a commentary YouTuber, but a guy who's like WillyMac's whole thing, as my understanding, is sitting there and saying,
was there
wow.
actually JSA? It's the same stuff we've been talking about this whole time, GeoHound. It's the again, the fact that like the JSTLK, the stuff that Chaeiry came out about with him, the fact that he threatened to delete all of their DMs to like gaslight her and lie, so that if she ever came out with their relationship and told anybody, he would delete all of it so that so that he could say that she was lying. The fact that like he's been holding a relationship with somebody that he like obviously is very contradictory towards the many public statements that he's made towards me, towards Destiny, the Discord DMs or the Discord posts of him saying he would never date anybody from Destiny's community. Like these are it's the thing that we've been talking about the whole time.
Oh, isn't Hassan a terrible guy for getting this thing about politics wrong and being so confident about it? Isn't he that's his whole thing though? Yeah, WillyMac is like basically doesn't understand how evidentiary standards work and is proud
yeah
of
WillyMac's the one who doesn't understand evidentiary standards. Yes, so true, dude, so true. WillyMac doesn't understand evidentiary standards, guys. It's WillyMac, after he's sitting here this whole time saying that NotSoErudite co-wrote WillyMac's video for him, that he got all the information from her, that WillyMac is he's out here sweeping for Destiny because he's not shitting on him as much and is hating on the same people that Destiny hates, that this is like because it's just where his that's where his that's just what would be beneficial for him, like that. Sure, buddy, it's WillyMac who doesn't get it. It's WillyMac. WillyMac just doesn't get it, dude. He needs to take some notes from this guy, Kuihman. Kuihman will teach him
that they work the opposite way that they actually work on his social media repeatedly to defend his videos. Like the guy is dumber than Hassan and more confident. He's actually just at the entirely worst spot on the Dunning-Kruger graph. Like,
do you have like any videos on your channel of you going over like any of this, like reacting to them? Because I'd be interested to see like people like kind of breaking down his shit.
Well, I mean, the videos I've got reactions to the videos on Destiny. Obviously, I haven't gone over like a lot of his Hassan stuff. But
I'll probably check those out because I mean, I watch the videos and they don't seem. I mean, like I've obviously defended them in the past, and I think the content. I think the content in the first Destiny video is fine. I'm not going to disagree with you on.
Oh shit.
On the like, him probably being more on Destiny's side than the other people, because that's just true, right? But I really don't think he's fully bought. Maybe he is retarded. I don't know. I'll have to fact check more of his. When I watch, because I don't watch the Hassan videos these days. Because Hassan's been a topic for like 5 years, so maybe he did lose the plot at some point. I'll just have to kind of watch that and see what's going on. I don't think but I mean, as of right now, I've always liked Willy, so I don't know. I don't think his videos are like fucking propaganda pieces. I think what he's saying are his takes. Maybe they could be retarded. I'll have to fact check.
It's just like they are propaganda pieces. Even if he genuinely believes it, they are propaganda pieces.
You're cutting out a lot, by the way.
On video, okay. What are the good, effective talking points against Hassan right now? Check. Sorry, am I breaking up?
Yeah, you were. I think the points against Hassan right now are like, I think from Willy's side, it's mostly misinformation.
Dan Saltman will be hosting a weekly show with WillyMac starting tomorrow. This Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, join me and WillyMac for a special meme. We'll be starting stream, YouTube, Dan Saltman, subscribe to get jordals. I'm trying to do a weekly show with Willy and possibly Nicholas Diorio from Destiny, but for sure with Willy. Well, it's actually starting on Monday. Oh, well, this is fake news then. Fake news. Never mind. Scratch that. Starting Monday, dipshit.
Right?
Did my shit just cut out? Did I just cut out?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was walking, sorry.
We only heard like probably a quarter of what you said.
Yeah, so I was just saying, like, they are propaganda pieces because fundamentally they are like an entirely ideologically captured distillation of a subreddit.
Bro, why are people posting like pictures of JSTLK and shit? That's a little too far. That's a little too far. That's kind of fucked up. Like face doxing him like that. That's a little fucked up. Although Is he one of the people who went and like played shit about like my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend and shit, and was like, yes? Okay, well fuck it, never mind. Face stocks the motherfucker. Face stocks the bitch.
Purely exists to like put out propaganda for a certain political persuasion. So like Hassan will say he is propaganda. I think that's pretty honest. Destiny will not say he's propaganda. Destiny is obviously doing constant propaganda for his beliefs, whether that's through just doing debates, whether that's through having his community run like these huge like hate campaigns against like Hassan and people like that to try and make, you know, the sort of competing perspective look uncool or dangerous or whatever. It is propaganda. It's whether you think he's right or not doesn't really change that. And Willy's videos are a distillation of the subreddit, of Destiny's subreddit, pretty much uncritically, I think. And Willy isn't very forthcoming with that. He isn't even forthcoming with having a political perspective. Yet the obvious outcome of his videos is you were taught Destiny good, moderate liberalism good, lefty's bad, righty's bad. And I'm a moderate lib, but I would at least want, you know, my moderate lib commentary
one on the right
to be delivered by someone who is a complete compromised pussy, who will actually say what they believe and say where their loyalties lie, instead of doing this gay bullshit.
All right. I'm gonna head out. I got some other shit to do.